ask if he wants to set up a tour system of the underworld for mortals so they can see kind of where they end up if they do X amount of things so they kind of better themselves.
And Conan's gonna get a hell of a payday with all those pennies.
Oh, it's not muted. Hello. Hello. Hi everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic start to the spoopy season. Before we jump into this session, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're sitting there in our chat, you can show off those really cool emotes that you have that you gain access for subscribing to all of us. It really does help us out tremendously, and it helps the channel to grow, and it allows us to potentially bring in more dungeon masters in the future so we can make this universe bigger and more diverse with so many people. No, that's the wrong emote. God damn it, Icebreaker. But yes, with all of that being said, that's going to be everything. And I believe it looks like Tolsha is giving us the recap. So please go ahead and do that.
Last time on Bad Religion, we started off the session of Tosha and Bernie heading off to the Temple of the Lawbearer, where an agreement was reached between Tosha and Bernie for her to attempt to find some kind of atonement for her past worshipping of Zahir. One second. Hold on, parents. Need me real quick. Sorry.
All right, next in order, Lily.
And I started and I was muted. Gosh dang it. Anyways, right, so Kartosha was seeking atonement from the order of the Bernese order of the at the Temple of the Lawbearer, and she was given a I'm not gonna say a pardon, a trial. I would probably best way to put it, as well as Bernie was given a task to she was given a task. Bernie was given watch over her for 6 months, I believe, was the time to prove that she was on the up and up now, that she had redeemed for her transgressions of worshiping a deity that was the enemy to his deity. Um, during that time, Lily went on a walk and found out that her family's old land was owned by someone that the Selezer there called the Old Young Master, and that the place was heavily guarded, including with trained direwolves, which was a surprise. He also stopped by the Cobalt Reserve while everyone else did their thing. John looking for information and having some success, not complete success, but some. And then we continued and we spent another night at the Lava Chateau where we watched the performance of the Ruby of the Sea, where we were all entranced. And in a bid to try to get Miriam some more knowledge on certain things he wasn't experienced in, Lily tried to bid at over 500 gold pieces for him to have a good night with the Ruby of the Sea. And unfortunately, after she had a nice discussion with him, she turned him down. And Miriam was clueless until the next morning when Lily berated him for not accepting that. Let's see. After that, the Tolsha, Miriam, and Lily went to the Cobalt Reserve to do some more research to try to help Tolsha out with her current lack of a deity to back her up, because due to her renouncing her faith in Zahir, the cloaked serpent. And there was some success with that, as we found some knowledge about a god of family, if I remember correctly, as well as something that was altogether maybe circumstantial, somewhat strange, as the previous night while Lily was trying to get Miriam laid, Tolsha was approached by was she old? By a woman.
Old woman,
who,
yeah, you were right.
Yeah, who had a nice discussion with Tolsha and about family, about other things, and had told her to visit. We learned that location, and that's something that we are going to look into at some point eventually. And after John had finished trying to find information, and the trio were done studying at the library, they coincidentally met up at a fire peanut stand, which was, I guess, spicy peanuts. And from there, there's knowledge shared that. Oh, Tosha's back.
It's
Take it
fine. You
away.
can finish it. You're already there. You get it.
Dang it. Where John had shared that Diana Fire owned many food businesses around here, including this one. And Lily was instantly hit with that regret of, I really should have put that together, as she attempted to set up a meeting with Diana Fire as a potential investor. And fortunately enough, the Diana Fire happened to be nearby as the stall owner called out to her. And that was where we left last session, as Diana Fire was making her approach.
So, all of you look over at the peanut stand. From the back door to this little stall, a woman approaches you all. Her graying hair accents a very traditional Zemnian look to a woman as she approaches towards you all. Clothing seems uncharacteristic of this temperature and environment, though it appears to be some type of relaxation swimsuit that covers the majority of her body. as she approaches over towards you all, placing down a crate of goods in front. Her eyes scan across all of you, where you notice there's a dullness in one of them. And the right one is a very dark, rich brown color. You all wish to speak to me? She looks at you all.
I look over at Lily, and she's the one.
Mainly just myself. I don't know if you know me or remember me, but you knew my mother.
She looks a little confused and processes for a second, and then her eyes go wide. Lilane?
Lily. Lilixa.
Alexa. Well, this is certainly out of nowhere. You're alive, and you're Nicodranus. Well, that can't be good.
I'm sure this. We should probably have this discussion elsewhere, or more private, maybe over dinner.
Yes. Are these your personal guards?
They're close to me.
Very well. 1 second, if you don't mind. I have something I have to. She reaches into a pouch from a swinging purse that she has and pulls out a little bit of powder and just like tosses it into your face.
Yeah, as Lily's coughing at the powder suddenly tossed in her face, can she do an insight check about the surprise to see if it's like good surprise, or if it's like surprise, like, oh no, my plans are about to be foiled kind of surprise?
Roll an insight check.
And I'm going to use Detect Thoughts.
Okay, so you're casting Detect Thoughts. That does have...
I'm not casting it. I'm using my racial ability.
Oh, your racial ability to cast the spell once per long rest?
It's as a spell-like ability, I think.
Reread it, because I'm fairly certain...
What version of Tiefling are you?
18. She seems very taken aback, but you don't sense any direct malice from her in her surprise, though there is worry and there is a lot of contemplation. There's a lot of emotions going on, but you don't detect malice.
Okay, cool.
All right.
See, I'm trying to find the... okay, no, I'm using the that's on the telepathic feat.
Okay, yeah, you're using
That's
the
what I-
feat,
yeah.
the where you can detect surface thoughts.
Yep.
Of individuals. Yeah. You're not using the racial thing, because the racial thing is casting the spell.
Yep.
Okay. You reach out, and the surface of her thoughts is, now of all times? Oh, this is... I mean, she's safe, that's good, but... Oh, this is going to be difficult to juggle. All right. First things first, I have to get her that thing. Okay. Everybody, come with me to my, estate. Please. Young man, do you mind carrying this for me? And she just shoves a box of peanuts into your arms, Miriam. Visually, you do look by far the strongest in the party.
Sure. No problem.
Thank you.
Smirk at him.
She'll like reach her hand down towards your hand, Lily, and like is taken aback when she sees the gauntlet on your hand and just looks very confused at it.
It's I've been places.
Right. You're going to have to tell me about that. Do you still like jasmine tea then? And she like grabs onto your wrist and starts walking through the city streets very quickly now.
Oh my god, I still love jasmine tea.
That's good. That's good. Um, you know, your mother, she was also a really big fan of jasmine. But she could only have it during the day when it would keep her more awake and aware. It kept her up all night for some reason. No idea why. It's just normal tea after all. And she's like scanning the crowd and everybody around here very carefully as she's like very hurriedly leading you to the southeast of Nicodranas, off the pier, and begins walking the beach line towards some of the privatized beachfront properties away from the city.
Just gonna walk along in silence and just keep the spell up as long as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 minutes, I
If-
think it is.
If you don't mind me asking, I only recently remembered you with my mom, but what was your relationship with her? Was it just friends or?
Well, friends, yes, close friends. Your mother knew me since I was a young girl, and we used to get into a little bit of trouble with one another, of course, on the piers. When she first came here, you know, and well, I'm your godmother.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes. As for why you couldn't remember me, you were so young. It's understandable. But we are gonna have to learn how you came across me and learned of me finally after all of these years, so many years. Okay. And she begins heading over towards one of the beachfront homes, and it's very wide, but it's not a very tall building out here on the beach. You see that by your estimate, it probably has 6 or 7 different rooms inside of it, bedrooms plus other rooms and such like that. As she approaches over towards the front door, you do see that there is a bunch of mail out front, currently left on the bench seated right in front of the door or right to the side of it. And as she gets over to the door, she reaches into her bag yet again and pulls out all of these keys with a little bit of a unsure fidget to her hands as she goes and unlocks the door, finding the key very quickly with familiarity to it. She opens up the door and allows you all to enter inside. A few steps inwards, you see that there is a nice round table that has a lantern sitting on it. She goes over and ignites the lantern, twisting it to ignite and illuminate this first room, where you see there's a very nice, soft red wood style home that was created here. The exterior of this building made mostly out of stone, but the interior designed with wood, just for accenting. You look around, and this ceiling is fairly tall. There's a handful of portraits on the walls. Everything is relatively well kept and clean. Not like super clean or anything like you've encountered recently, but relatively still. She gestures. The dining hall is right here. She moves over, where you see that there is a long table that has one plate placed down at the head of the table, with a cover over top of it, and a glass of wine positioned in front of it as well. When you all begin hearing clanking coming from the kitchen, she stops and heads towards the kitchen with 2 steps, stops, turns back to all of you. I'm going to dismiss the staff real quick. If you all don't mind being quiet for a moment?
Give a nod.
Sure.
Lily also nods and will go to take a seat, unless she wants us to stay where we're at.
She just asked you to be quiet, so however you interpret that. She'll head into the kitchen where she begins speaking Zemnian. Any of you who understand the language, she's talking. Thank you so much for preparing my dinner today. I am very fatigued and feeling like I need to just rest up. Do you mind leaving? Don't worry about the dishes. I'll handle all of that myself in the morning. I don't know. I feel a little sick. And you hear the other individual, yeah, that's not a problem at all. I'll handle it for you. Do you need bread, water, anything? No. Everything's going to be fine. I have everything. You've already done a wonderful job. Thank you. You're dismissed for the evening. Just take the rest of it off. Thank you so much again. And whoever it is leaves through the servants' corridor outside before she enters back into the kitchen or into the dining hall, pushing a cart and placing down plates at the table. She doesn't seem to know where her larger saucers are, but she does have the smaller ones, and then produces some fresh fruits, bread, and when she goes over to the head of the table, she swaps her plate for the seat right next to her and pats towards it at you, Lily.
Yeah, Lily will change seats there, and she'll also probably have bonus action Misty to assist with like the tableware stuff.
Okay. Misty comes over and she immediately goes, ah! What the?
It's all right. It's just Misty.
That is a metallic bug.
Yes. I've gotten better at my craft.
You mean like the dreidels that you would? Okay. Everybody, please sit down. Sorry, I wasn't really prepared to take on so many guests at once. But help yourself. We have fruits, bread, veggies, general snackage. She looks over at you, Lily. Remember snacky snacks?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, she was the cutest little thing. Every time she would hear her stomach rumble, she'd just immediately look up at the nearest person and just go snacky snacks and hold her hands out for them. It was the cutest little thing you could ever see.
Miriam's just giving a shit-eating grin to Lily.
Lily is not looking at Miriam, but she is kind of like getting red along the neck, and it's kind of creeping up. If I remember correctly, at some point I was old enough to find the cookies on my own.
You did end up finding the cookie jar. We had to start hiding it. But when we put it higher, she would just find ways to tie rope and swing to try to catch it. So we had to start storing it lower so she didn't accidentally crash through a window or something.
So that's where you get that from. Your penchant for danger.
Hey, a girl has got to eat.
Well, everybody, I am Diana Fire. Pleasure to meet Elixir's friends. Lily's friends. Who are all of you?
I am Tulsha.
My name's John. My name is Burren.
I don't know if Natalie's in the same.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I'm Natalie.
I am Miriam Skyspeaker.
Pleasure to meet all of you. As I'm sure you heard from the walk over here, I'm her godmother. Please eat up. And she takes off the cover from the food in front of you, Lily, and it is this incredible looking crab that is perfectly cooked, a large bowl of butter, and these nice little biscuits on the side as well.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And she'll take a chunk of one of the pieces of bread and starts ripping it and chewing into it. Happy. So you finally came here. I am so sorry. When your parents, when
It happened, yeah. I just I guess what do you know about that night?
I know what was told to me. I would have been there for you, but I was handling business in Palma Flora back then. I was there for 3 weeks and nobody sent an immediate sending to me. Apparently nobody could. So while I was there, by the time I got back, apparently you had already been adopted. And some well-off family with ties to Tal'Dorei, and I figured you were going to be safe enough there, far away from here. So I couldn't get too many details. The agency doesn't really relinquish that information. I tried.
The agency, the Celezo?
Well, they have their own adoption agency associated with them for anybody who's tragically struck and then is, well, given a new family or home. The only assurance I could get was that whoever you were with, religious in nature, and didn't have any reputation out here, so that was good.
She's a wonderful lady. I'm glad that she was there.
So am I.
But you know how I was adopted, but you don't know what actually happened that night?
I have suspicions around it. Your mother was a very bold person. Difficult for her to keep her nose out of other people's business. If she saw something was wrong, she'd be the first one to march up to whoever's doing it and slap them in the face for acting so disrespectfully. There's actually a time in a bar where me and my younger sister were hanging out, and somebody got a little too, well, you know how stupid
Handsy.
tourists can be. Yes. And then she came over and she did this little breath where the two of them fell onto the ground and just started twitching a whole bunch. It was wonderful little trick that she could do. But
I'm sure it was, but forgive me if I seem a bit blunt here, but as the, well, godmother, it would seem to me that you had a more important duty in that case to follow up on, instead of just letting her be sent off.
I didn't know that she was adopted until I got back weeks later. Nobody gave me the information. Nobody sent a write. We figured somebody in our circle would have done that, but many of the nobles of this city are noble in title and not in action. And I spent months every single morning going to the Celezo's office, trying to get any information, trying to steal information off their desks. I'm not good at that stuff per se. I'm not much of a liar or deceiver. But
That's fair.
I assure you, I tried, and just once I knew that you were away from any danger here and were with a good family, what else could I hope for?
No, I think I get it. It was, by the time you figured it out, there was nothing you could do, right?
Apparently not.
I have a you when we met earlier at the stall, you said that this was a bad time. Like what's going on that what's so bad about this?
Well, recently here in Nicotronus, there's been a lot more unreputable activities happening. And I am supposed to have a sit down tonight with one of the unreputable types. One of the reasons I was happy with you being out of the city and away from the coast is you wouldn't have to grow up around things like that. Now that you're here, I hope none of them saw you come here. I don't want you to be in any danger.
Well,
I was planning on denying them the taxes. I don't... Protection taxes. That is preposterous. Why would I pay something like that? It's just now I'm worried that they're going to threaten you, and I can't really say no if you're in danger. So,
who exactly are these extortionists?
They are. Are you familiar with the Empire and?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
There are two Volstruckers who have been organizing everything here. And, well, I only have a partial visa to be here. And the only reason I'm not being sent back to the Empire is because we are going to have these conversations. I'd much rather be here than back there, but they're running all of the underground. They're running everybody. There's not an urchin in the city that they don't have in their pockets now.
Do you know what names they go by?
Their names were numbers. There was a 10 and a 6. The only things I know about them. John, you're aware within the Volstrucker program, everybody is associated with a ranking, and usually that is how you are dignified. The closer you are to 1, the more powerful you are within the Volstrucker program. The handler would have been classified at around a 4 or a 3.
So 10 and 6 are not too big a deals other than
Well,
being Volstruckers.
Keep in mind, the only reason you guys were successful against the handler was because you had the anti-wizard, John.
That's fair. And he also underestimated us. But yeah, that's...
Of course, like that's,
wizard stuff.
Of course.
So you are supposed to sit down with both of these Volstruckers later tonight.
No, only 6 I'm supposed to sit down with. But don't worry. I'm going to have the conversation with them, explain my situation, and hopefully they just didn't see me go through the town with you.
I mean, to be fair, they might not recognize me as someone of interest since I am currently disguised, and Lily kind of shows off the fact that as you remember, she's currently disguised as like a Ravenite version of her, so no tail.
She'll nod a little bit. By the way, you have a viewer inspiration from Sin. Thank you, Sin. Lily, you have a viewer inspiration.
Yay.
Um,
Scaled kind is best kind.
Of course. Well, that's good. Yeah, all of you are welcome to stay here. We have a lot of rooms spread out, take up as much space as you would like. I'm sure some of you might be interested in some of the old portrait albums that I have. They're up in the attic. I can go and get them for you.
That'd be lovely.
Yes, please.
Of course. Would one of the strapping folk want to accompany me to go get that?
I'll give you a hand.
Thank you. And she'll like take a double take towards you and look at you more closely and go, "Oh, you're Yuan Ti, right?"
Yes.
Ha! I've actually never met somebody who is Yuan Ti. Is it true that you can't get drunk? And she'll just start like walking with you.
Yes, unless there's a very specific kind of drink that is quite literally lethal poison to anyone else.
Wow, you could probably make a killing just being a charlatan in bars and drinking sailors under the table.
Oh, I've thought about it more than once.
And you all hear the conversation taking place between her and Tolsha. It's just general, very casual, simple conversation happening while all of you are left in the dining hall quietly.
Yeah, after they left what would be kind of earshot, Lily will kind of lean forward and sort of go into a whisper. It's like, I think we can. I want to trust her. Apparently she's a godmother I never knew about, so I'm kind of grappling with that now. These Volstruckers, John, do you have any idea So they're doing extortion-y things, of course, but what's... Where does this put us?
Well, we should probably deal with them, give her as much deniability as possible, so share nothing about what we intend to do, and probably intercept the one coming to meet her before it arrives. That way, her hands can be clean.
That's still the one, though. There's still the other that would know about the sit down, and if we take care of him, but leave that one free, they'll know she was probably involved somehow, or they might take her and question her, like do bad things.
That's the purpose of intercepting them before the meeting, so all we can really do right now is sit and wait, but not giving her information pertaining to how we intend to deal with both of them is probably the best way to go. There's agents looking at Bernie who, as you know, have the ability to infiltrate people's minds, so can't really trust any of them.
I mean, worst case scenario, let's assume they already know about us due to some of us not exactly blending in all that great. Immediately looks to Miriam as she says that.
And the fact that both our faces are in the newspaper throughout the Empire.
No, I made my leave like...
It's just Scholastic Weekly. I mean, there's only like 12 readers. And 2 of them are very old.
A newspaper published by the Wizards are going through Volstrucker sensors. John, can you back me up on that?
Volstruckers don't read.
Right. Well, let's not make the mistake of underestimating them. And let's assume that they probably already know that we're here, or at least have an inkling of who we are, or at least some of us.
It's probably best, though, just to get rid of the one, and when 10 shows up, be much easier to deal with them on their own. if they choose to flee and report back, I mean, it still leaves Diana in a pretty similar situation that she already finds herself. If they're interested in shaking her down, they'll send more people to do so. There's not really a way of getting around it, but we can deal with the immediate threat.
She comes walking back with Tosha, both of them having arms of portraits just outstretched, holding onto them. And her tail grew so much faster than her feet did, and her head, so she would just sometimes lean backwards on her tail to stand up, or lean forward on her head to balance against the wall to stand up. It was the cutest little thing.
As she's approaching with Tolsha, it's like, shoot, they're coming back. Pretend I said a funny joke.
Very funny.
She walks in and just places the portraits down at the end of the table. Yeah, these are some of the portraits that I held on to. After, of course, they were cycling different ones. Your father was very big into just having a new portrait made like every month or so, just to, get the scales right, as he puts it. Apparently, it was a pun.
Is that a Marazi? I've seen his work before. Your family hired one of the greatest painters in the coast?
Oh, yes, of course. And they would also hire, nobodies and give them an opportunity to, make it. It's beautiful work.
May I?
Oh, please, yeah.
I'm gonna just go over the picture and check the signature, and that's, I recognize good work.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm sending a telepathic message directed at Clover, just looking at her with somewhat squinty eyes and just no stealing.
What?
I mean it.
I would never.
Yes, and I know it looks almost like cartoonish how large her head was, but for Dragonborns, apparently they grow on the longer ends, the farther ends, and then grow in the middle when they grow up. It was adorable to look at, but also very dangerous for them to walk around.
Miriam's just taking one of his pages of spell paper and just going to try to copy this as much as he can to send to his mom.
Yeah, Lily is going over to the portraits and flipping them around for the if someone finds your yearbook from middle school, high school, so she's trying to hide that shit. Right. We don't need to see all of this.
I do have a couple of hours before he's supposed to be here.
Are you supposed to meet him alone?
Yes. Or none of my staff was supposed to be here. I was actually going to suggest that all of you, if you would like, you can just hide out in the rooms. Just be very quiet. I see you're all very armed, but I can assure you, Volstruckers are not people you want to fight. They are among the most powerful of mages that you can find.
No, we know.
We are quite aware of their abilities.
Yeah, we
spent the better part of last year in the Empire.
Yeah, we've heard the tales, Anti-Fire, and Lily immediately she didn't even mean to, but I would think that maybe when some subconscious thing she remembers that was what she used to call her.
Yeah. Just be safe, be quiet, and we have so much to catch up on. I cannot wait to hear about everything.
I do hope it's not too rude of me to ask, but do you know what's with God, I'm forgetting the freaking name. I'm trying to Go through my notes. The master's estate.
Oh, the Masters family. Yes, I know where it is. I'm not a big fan of them and their legacy. They of course speak as if they no longer adhere to their legacy and how they became wealthy. But their actions still have that air of better than everyone else about them and prestige, and I just don't like people like that, honestly. It's you can be noble without being a dick about it, right? Like,
Yes.
So, how exactly did they come to their position?
few generations ago, they handled a trade between different countries with selling people.
I see.
Now, this was, of course, generations ago, but their actions don't really resonate with
Modern day.
well, empathy towards it.
Yeah, they, of course, they're going to, what's the word? I actually literally can't remember the word. The denounce.
Deny.
Of course, they would denounce that they no longer do that, but they still have the money from it and spend it however they wish, I assume, right? Something like that?
More or less, yes.
Do you know how they came to acquire where their estate is?
They purchased it. She looks over at you, Lily. I assume you already know that they purchased the estate that your family used to own before it burnt down.
Yeah, I paid it a visit, and was kindly told to Lily. You can already tell Lil, like everyone who knows her, she's about to say "fuck off," but she's like calms herself to leave, lest they show me what those dire wolves of theirs can do, kind of thing.
Ugh, they're always boasting about stuff like that. It's ridiculous.
Just to go back a little bit, I don't mean to impose on this, Lily. I know it's your thing to deal with. I just want to know: do you have any? I look at Diana again. Do you have any suspicions about potential enemies that Lily's family might have had back then? Any especially dangerous enemies?
Well, I knew that they weren't very well liked by many of the Dragonborn that would come here from Zazith Kittrul. But there was, of course, precautions set up by your mother. She was asked to accompany your father and go to Zazith Kittrul 3 months after when the incident occurred, in order to speak to their council about a connection to the Menagerie Coast. As their trade was kind of not up and running, and honestly didn't get up and running until just last year. There was this creepy man who would sometimes just wander about and when you were in public speak to you.
Man or human? Or what kind of race?
Dragonborn, but still a man who was just creepy. I'm not saying that because of his, eye situation. It was just, who wants to talk to a child, right? Like, it's...
Do you remember what he looked like?
It's been a very long time, and I'm not very keen-minded.
Black scales with a bit of white underneath near the neck.
Yes.
Just let me get the other description stuff. Where did I fucking put it?
What was that you said about his eye situation?
Well, similar to mine, his eye is cloudy. I can only half see out of this eye. I'm not sure about his situation.
His is made out of glass.
So you remember him? Yeah.
Lily thinks back to when she did the whole memory thing with the family. Yes, I remember him vividly.
Well, nothing ever came about him. I mean, he still has a, vacation home out here.
We're gonna want that location.
I mean, he did act like a creep, so yeah, that's just don't do anything illegal if you can help it.
He did something very illegal.
What?
I look to Lily to see if she gives me a nod, if it's okay to say do you mind if I tell her, Lily, or do you want to tell her?
I don't mind if she knows, but I think it should. She's already got enough on her mind right now. Auntie Fire needs to. She needs to handle one thing at a time. This isn't. Excuse me. I need to go pee, and Lily kind of goes off to where she thinks the restroom's gonna be.
Yep.
But she just gets up and leaves because, yeah.
All of this must be overwhelming for her. Not going to lie, it's a little overwhelming for me as well. So she keeps looking over at you. She looks at Miriam. Are you two?
Let out a small laugh.
Oh my god.
The best part is, does Miriam know what that means?
I couldn't see his hands, honestly, so I have no idea what he was doing.
It was just, are you two?
My mother is the one who adopted her. She is my sister.
Oh, what is your mother like? I mean, of course she's your mother, so you probably think very highly of what of everything you've been doing. How's everything going? Did she get into any of the local colleges? She immediately stands up out of her chair, goes over and sits down right next to you, and just is super excited to talk to you.
Well, sit back and I will spin the tale of all the embarrassing things Lily did learning in our home keep and once she got into the Lyceum.
At that moment, Misty's anti-information protocol activates and she kills Miriam. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. She made it into the Lyceum. That's awesome. That is incredible. And you look at her and she's clearly just tears are just freely running down her face as she's smiling.
I give her a consoling hug, you would have done what you could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I think I will just walk after Lily and see if she's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
A lot of stuff has happened within the last 2 years. I doubt even you'd believe half the stuff.
Well, after my meeting tonight, I would love to hear everything. Every single thing. Tomorrow, shoot, I have to go out shopping. We have to get her proper linens. Have to get her own little chest to keep her things. And by the looks of it, she's going to need her own lab. I'm going to have to start getting all of that together. Do you have a list of tools and carpentries or anything that she needs?
I actually bought us a house over in Phelan that she's starting to set up a lab in.
Oh, that's good.
But I think 2 labs would be a great surprise for her.
She nods. So, Bernie, you get over to the door that Lily is trying to hide her sobs behind.
She's not sobbing so much as well. She's probably was crying a little bit, but then she quickly splashed water in her face and is staring at the mirror. And you can probably hear this from behind the door, Bernie, where it's like, get yourself together, Lily. It's in the past.
I'll make a
now,
note
you can go
of
through it.
stomping my feet a little bit extra just so she can hear that I'm approaching.
Calm down before Bernie gets his heavy ass self over here. Seriously, he needs to lose some weight, but it's fine. Don't bring it up.
All
It's
right,
good.
I know
It's all
you
good.
know I'm here, Lily.
Wait, what? Shit. I'm just freshening up, Bernie. It's fine.
Right, okay. I just wanted to see if you were all right. I just wanted to know if there is anything you would like me to say or assist you with here. I know this is a little bit difficult for you.
Yeah, Lily will open the door. Sorry if my face is wet. I was washing my hands and like, oh man, I got some pop marks. Wash my face.
Right.
But I mean this. I have a godmother. And she's Volstruckers are visiting her tonight, and I'm not prepared to frickin' murk them to keep her safe. And
yeah, there are certainly a few things here we need to consider.
She doesn't know what happened that night, and if I tell her, she'll hate. And at this point, Lily is starting to cry again. She'll hate me.
Put my hand on Lily's shoulder.
Like, did I?
She won't hate you. She will hate the ones who did it. As she should. But don't you think she deserves to know the truth as well?
Yeah, but Bernie, you know what happened, but do you know why it happened? Like why? My mother took precautions and everything, and you know that everything we should have been safe. Do you want to know why it was so? Why everything went the way it did?
Well, your family was attacked.
Yeah, and I'm the one who opened the doors for them. Marissa seemed so nice. Like my first dragonborn friend without a tail. And that was something my mom would often tell me is one day we're gonna bring our people back together. We're going to stop this ceaseless racism, the ceaseless hatred, and we're gonna be one united people again. And
you can't blame yourself for that. You were a child. You had only good intentions. What happened was not your fault. It was utterly their fault. The ones who were behind it.
That's one of the things I've been telling myself recently. I'm knowing, but there's a difference between knowing it's true and then feeling the exact opposite still.
Well, what you feel is, I would say it's sorrow. It's not, I mean, some guilt would be. It's understandable that you feel, but it's, as I said, it's not your fault, and we are here to find the ones who were behind it, right? To bring them to justice, to figure out exactly why that came to pass.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Um. What? Yeah. Right. Right. She once again does the water, splashes her face again to to give reason for like she wasn't crying. Her face is wet. Um. Right. Still, I did. I said it before though. She's meeting two Volstruggers tonight, and I'm not ready. I spent
One.
a lot of my resources helping us study at the library today. I I was not expecting this.
no, well, I think we should confer a bit with John as well. He should have some wise suggestions, I think, but at least for now, try to maybe let her deal with the Wallstruckers, and keep our eye on the goal of, well, what you are here for.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm sorry for the last 2 days again. I said it earlier, but I'm just it's one of as much as I want to confront this, want to get this over with, want to do this. Like there's that other part of I'm scared.
Of course, I understand.
Every
I am as well. I, as you know, I'm also going through certain things these days.
right.
And,
Sorry, I'm I keep forgetting you have your own shit you're dealing with, and I'm sorry. I keep saying things.
it's fine, Lily. If anything, it's actually reaffirmed my faith a little bit.
Right.
Well, I just wanted to know what do you want out of this? What do you want out of the meeting with Diana?
I mean, at first I wanted to figure out who she was, why, how she knew my mother, why she wasn't there for me. But those got answered, and I, I have a godmother, Bernie. I've someone who I could like. I still my memory's still a little bit fuzzy, but I do remember way back when there was like often enough I would raise my hands for snackies and get snackies when my mom wasn't looking from a nice lady, and I called her Auntie Fire.
I understand. I just feel you should. Well, I don't want to take any sort of charge on this, of course, but don't be too open to her just yet. I would say. The way I see it is, she had a duty to you and to your parents, and she neglected that.
I mean, given the scenario, I don't know what else she could have done, Bernie. I at least not that I could see, and I could blame her for not doing better, but then who am I to judge when I still blame the wrong people for what happened?
Yeah. Well,
Anyways,
yeah, we should go back to the others.
yeah,
I
they
think
probably
she was,
think.
yeah, she was talking something about setting you up with a lab, or I think she is under the impression
Really?
that you want to move back in here. Might be. Well, I didn't hear all of it, but let's go back.
Yeah, I mean, as long as no one's talking about like my embarrassing moments or anything like that, I think should be fine.
Yes.
Let's get heading back.
Quite. I'm sure no embarrassing moments have been told at all by Miriam, who is there with her.
Alone.
Not
So-
alone. Who's that?
And right when they walk in,
Yup.
that's when she accidentally put her lunch. It was a banana for some reason. It fell into the mixture and it just exploded, covering her in yellow paint.
That
Li-
is hilarious. Almost as good as when apparently no balance as a teenager, the tail would just topple her over.
Lily immediately grabs some uneaten cheese on the table and throws it at Miriam's face
And I
to
tried
stop
to
him from
dodge for
talking.
my sibling senses.
Just saying, I
Prom was
need
a
to
mess.
roll for this, of course.
Sure.
I'm gonna use the pepper bar. No, that's
I love the cheese.
Dodge
Oh my God.
this.
no, I meant that as in like for the attack roll, but I still use my intelligence because So, but why does it use? Oh,
Just
whatever.
roll a dex check. Actually, it'd be
Yeah.
strength. Roll a strength check.
Strength check. Got it.
Yep.
Fuck.
You are not proficient in cheese throwing. 8. Yeah, you end up tossing, but it just very, very far misses him.
Whatever, anything he just said, like you would be surprised. This guy here is a charlatan. He's a liar. He's great at it. All sorts of tales. Everything he said, just complete falsehood. Everything, absolutely everything.
Of course, yeah. It is all right. So, I am going to go ready my den. All of you, welcome to whatever rooms you want. Lily can show you to the bathroom. Stay here as long as you'd like.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, let me go ready the den. And she'll head over down the hall around to a different room and start setting up a den.
Leaving all of us alone?
Yep.
Right.
Not so fun on the other foot now, is it?
This is gonna come back to bite me really bad, right? I'm already thinking.
And I have hundreds of portraits to copy down and send to Mom.
Indeed, it's all stacking up, Miriam. It's all stacking up.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to do about this Volstrucker thing? John, any ideas?
If we're to remain here, nothing. Again, it would implicate her greatly if we were to fight this individual on her premises. We can wait until the meeting ends and then potentially follow them elsewhere. But I don't really think we have a good chance of doing that quietly.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, currently, like as much as we have experience with them, we usually at least we're a bit prepared. I'm at least very unprepared for this. Is there a way we can plant something so that we could track them?
I think that's a no.
All right. Well,
Got nothing.
I have nothing on my mind that I could think of.
yes.
If,
The only
if I still have my powers, with a small blood sample, I could track them.
I mean,
But I don't.
the only thing I can think of that might be, like, other than me naturally just kicking his ass without my other resources, other thing I could think of that be remotely useful. I still have this from way back when, and Lily kind of pulls out the bead of force that she had, and I completely forgot that she had it.
It'd be like that though.
Does that track them?
Yeah, if you throw it hard enough, it'll hurt, but also it'll put them in like a bubble. If they don't, avoid it to a certain extent.
Thought you said you wanted to track them.
Well, that's tracking. I'm saying this is the only other thing I could think of, unless we want
Right,
to plant
okay.
something inane and we have magical means to find that stuff, right?
Tulsha, if all you need is a drop of blood, I mean, I can definitely secure that for you.
Yes, but I don't have my powers, so I don't know
You
if I
mean
could
you
still
don't
do-
have Zahir's powers, right?
Right, I don't have his. Nor do I
It's
want
sort of a
his powers.
stern look from Bernie at that point.
Nor do I want his.
I think the point she's trying to make, Bernie, is she doesn't have her usual capabilities.
Yeah, I know. I just...
Semantics.
But I mean, to help out your sibling, maybe a false prayer or two?
No. I made a promise to myself and Bernie that I'm getting away from him.
Not even sure if deceiving a god is possible, but be interesting to find out.
Not to mention one of deception.
I mean, I don't really care about deceiving him. I just want to tell him to fuck off, get your toxic relation stuff away from my sister, kind of thing. But yeah.
In any event, it looks like our only real option is attempt to head him off before he gets here.
Or after he gets here and his guard is down. After he leaves, that is.
Wait, well, at least at the very least, too, maybe can we have, maybe we can eavesdrop at least to see, maybe they have some information that he'll reveal.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I was thinking that as well. And also, she said that they had all the urchins in the city under their payroll, as it were. Meaning that, I mean, if these Volstruckers are of any competence, they would probably do some quick look into the place first, and just to make sure there's nothing unexpected. And I mean, we haven't really gone out of our way here to stick out, but we haven't been that subtle all the time either.
No.
So they could quite easily probably find out that there was a party of us, and quite quickly find out who we are. I just don't think we should give them the chance to prepare for us. This is a difficult situation.
Yeah, I don't know if we have much choice. We could try to deal with them now, but we're definitely underprepared than how we usually are. Or we could try to, we could at least just try to pass through the storm, so to speak.
In any case,
It worked out well for us last time.
What were you saying, Bernie?
In any case, I think it would be good if we stayed nearby and were able to eavesdrop a little bit. Not only because we might learn a thing or two, but also because it might help keep your Auntie Fire safe, in case they are here with bad intentions.
One thing I am curious about, though, too, is I think I'm just trying to remember who was in the vault with Lily. It was Tulsha and Bernie.
The only people who weren't there were Miriam and John.
Right. So it was Bernie and Tulsha, because she gave both of them a set of her parents' old clothes.
And Natalie.
Oh yeah, Natalie. Remember that journal we found? It had a cipher. Maybe she might know what the cipher is.
Right. Very good.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
No.
I mean, Bernie already said I should try not to be super open with her. I mean, I get that, the caution. Like, if this was like a few months ago, I would have been like super cagey and like closed off, and probably tried to threaten information.
You know the cipher? Let me see that.
You probably shouldn't. It's dangerous to touch if it's not me, John. I mean this literally, as Lily kind of will pull out the journal to show him.
I didn't ask to see it with my hands. I can read quite well. Thank you. I'll just take a look.
Around this point, you all hear Diana walking back down the hall. She has a large grip of linens in her hands. All of you have whatever I could for the beds. Mostly quilted. I like to knit sometimes. So feel free, just claim whichever rooms is yours. There's also a snack cabinet in the back. I kind of like snacking. Yeah. And she goes into the kitchen while you're all having this conversation and comes back out with a teapot and takes it over to the den.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll let John attempt first before asking her.
Oh no, that's fine. We can just say I had a look. I don't plan on cracking any codes right now, but
Yeah,
just...
cracking a code takes downtime of like a day.
We have an hour at best.
Miss Fire, there wouldn't happen to have been a cipher you used with Lily's mother, is there?
For secret messages, like as you said, you were best friends since childhood, like secret languages like me and Miriam have. And Lily shows off giant sign language to Miriam and the sign language is, if you tell anyone about my embarrassing stuff, I will get you, and then a lot of not nice things.
There's Pigs Marquesian. We used to speak to one another whenever we didn't want to speak in front of other people.
Since maybe you might have a shot then of reading what Lily found?
Sure. What did you find?
I mean, all right. Just don't touch it. It's it's a bit magic, and Lily will kind of not glare at Tulsha, but look a little unsure. As she pulls out the journal to show Auntie Fire.
Yeah, that's Pigs Marquesian. So the first three letters are supposed to be at the end for each of the words. Whenever you see an extra A as the third one, if it doesn't match the word, then that's just a filler. And you take the last two letters of the original and place them in the front, and the middle always stays the same. It translates into Marquesian.
You speak Marquesian.
Yes, I'm from Marquette, yeah.
Do you know what at least this one thing says? It was in my family's vault, and I'm not sure.
Oh, this is... Huh. It's a recommendation for a set of laws. Apparently asked for by some Ashenweird? Ashenweird? I don't know that. And trade routes to be opened for Zazith Kitchell to Nicodranas.
Would Lily be able to do a history or something check about Ashenweird?
Anybody who has the noble background could.
Fuck.
So Natalie
does not have the noble background.
Well,
But
I mean,
backstory, you're a noble. Actually, no. Yeah, your parents aren't
Yeah.
really nobles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
good
like
point. Good point. Yeah.
Super minor.
Yeah,
I mean-
yeah. They have nobility, but they ain't nobles.
What if you just kill a lot of nobles? Does that?
Jesus.
You
know,
absorb
in
their knowledge.
some countries, yes. That's how you take their estates. But that's
Well, I mean,
is Bernie a lord?
I
well,
don't
not anymore.
I don't know who that person is, but I mean, apparently that person requested your mother to. May I? And she like instinctually reaches towards the book. And before you stop her, her hand actually does touch it, and nothing happens.
Oh,
That
okay,
is-
that's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You didn't want me to touch it. I apologize.
Oh,
I
it was
just,
mainly
it's-
for your own safety, because it like I guess yeah, just it's fine if you touch it. It's fine.
All right. She then takes it and if you want, I could transcribe it for you if you need. I mean, I understand, you know, Pig's Marquesian and I understand Marquesian, so
Yeah, I would definitely appreciate it. I want to know. I'm trying to find the motive behind what happened.
all right. Yeah. I'll do that after my meeting. Actually, I can work on this before the meeting.
I mean,
How much time do you have before the meeting?
About an hour and a half.
Oh. Okay.
do you want us to help you set up the meeting? You know, like do
Oh,
the like set up some chairs or.
There's only 2 chairs needed. It's in the den. I already set everything up. You can sit with me if you want to make sure that nothing happens to the book. That's no problem.
So are you going to have the meeting in here then?
No, in my den. Right now, you're all still in the
Right.
dining hall.
Right. Okay.
It'll be in the den. So yeah, I'll just here, come with me, and she'll take your hand again, Lily, and like run with you. She doesn't seem to be a walker. Almost anywhere. She's more excitable than that. And she takes you over into the den, and goes over to her desk and takes out parchment and starts transcribing it for you right there. Looking around, there's a lot of novels in here. And when you get over and start reading some of the covers, because none of the spines have anything, she's a fantasy dork. All of these are different variations of wonderful tales of adventures from different, the Tales of Terry and Darrington, as well as more obnoxious ones that are nowhere near actually being possible type tales. She seems really into a lot of that from all of these books.
This one looks interesting. Tusk Love.
Oh, that would not be in this library
Oh, okay.
at all.
That'd be a different library.
Nothing
I was like-
related to that topic would be in her library.
Private library. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping for like, oh, this is the wrong place for that one. Don't mind that.
No. Notably, everybody else who is a little bit more removed from this, you all take note, she has no portraits of herself or of anybody else, just Lily and Lily's family. She has no ring on her finger. There's no look of any type of partnership within the residence. It looks like she lives here alone. It's very clear that she does not have any long-term relations. And nobody would describe her as unattractive. I mean, she's older for a human, but still, well put together.
Interesting.
But anyways, she'll sit there, transcribe for the time that she can, and all of you can be excused to your rooms when the time comes, or maybe you go outside and try to hunt him down, and we'll figure out what it is y'all are doing when we go on break, everybody. Yep, be right back. Was that the wrong thing unmuted? Yeah, that was the wrong thing unmuted. I don't know what I unmuted. There we go. Now I'm talking. Hi. Sorry, still getting everything up and running. It's been a while. It's been a while. Thanks for the dab. Appreciate that, Wyatt. Before we jump back into the action, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Those things help us out tremendously. Feel free to share this also with your friends. They might like the playlist. They might like following us along. And we do have open slots available in our community, as well as open slots for a brand new campaign to begin. I just need a group to start with. So we can start recruiting anything that would happen, any type of campaign, anything you want. That's that. So, Lily, you have to persuade her to let you drill holes in her walls.
I probably wouldn't be able to get away with drilling the hole without her knowing it as she's transcribing, right?
Not a chance in hell.
Fuck. Okay.
Unless somebody has the silence spell, I
do. I don't have it prepared.
God damn it, wizard.
Wait, no, it's ritual. I can do it for free.
Ooh.
So just pick which side of the wall you want to do, and I'll silence you.
Yeah. Lily will look to Auntie. She was helping with the transcribing. Auntie, there's something I'd like to take care of and everything. I'll probably be away for a little bit. Can you keep doing this?
Oh, yeah, of course. The powder room is down the hallway, and we do have anything that you might need to handle any type of business.
By the way, can I raid the snackies drawer a little bit?
Yes, of course. It's a cabinet, no drawer. It's full cabinet.
Yes.
Anything you want, and all of you, feel free. Any of the snacks, feel free. Help yourselves. My home is your home.
Thank you very much.
That's all I needed to hear.
And she'll continue transcribing. Go ahead, roll me a stealth check to get over to the other room without her noticing.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, I do. That's right. I do have the boots of Elvenkind. Yes.
Nice.
Almost forgot about those.
13. That beats her passive. Yeah. All right. You get over to the other room. Would you like to disclose the plan with your brother?
Yeah, Lily just whispers, hey, Marion, I know the walls are kind of already a little bit thin.
No sign language.
I as a player forgot about that aspect real quick. Lily would have.
I think this is funnier if you actually whisper and then he goes, no sign language.
Right. And then Lily will start signing. Can you cast silence? And she'll kind of find probably the best spot on the wall where there could, have visual or earshot or whatever.
Marion, what do you respond with?
So give me 1 minute as I ritually cast it to wherever she wants that angle, so it's just on the other side, so they don't hear it drilling through the other side of the wall.
Alrighty. You set that up there, and then Lily, roll me a survival check.
Survival?
Survival! Okay. Yeah.
Carving shit out of wood, that's survival.
Well, it's finding a spot that you could actually set this up. Perfect. There was actually a portrait on the wall that you saw already. So what you're going to do is just be very gentle with where you carve so that you can, already have a portrait in front of it. Nobody would be the wiser.
Yeah, Lily would do that. And she already has mending available for when she fixes the wall afterwards.
Mm-hmm. So, are you proficient in carpenters or?
I am not, but I do have smiths, tinkers, thieves, weavers, alchemist supplies.
You have that ultimate tool or something?
Well, I do have the all-purpose tool, but that's mainly for like it's like a Swiss Army knife thing, so it's probably got the thing I can use. Just Lily mainly works with metal.
Right. Okay. So
Because she's metalhead.
roll me a. None of those are carpenters, and that's kind of what you need. Roll me a straight dexterity roll.
Fuck. I'm a flash of genius that just to make it not as bad.
Okay. You do end up cutting into the wall, but also cutting into the portrait a little bit. So you can kind of see through it, but now the portrait has a rip in it.
We'll look at Birdie and be like, "You told me not to steal that."
Lily will continue her work, and then after she's done, she'll go to that room and cast mending on the portrait.
Well, there's a silence on it right now.
Once the silence is over with.
Okay. So you go back to the other side. Men. Yeah, Bernie?
And in the room where they're going to have the meeting, because we're able to look in there, right?
Well, you can look in now, but not during the meeting.
Yeah, but is there a... would there happen to be like a ceremonial suit of armor just lined against the wall or something?
You can try it. Shit.
Roll me a D100.
Looking at the possibilities.
I'm going to say 95 or higher. Roll me a D100.
All right.
94 there is, but it's gnome sized.
You know,
You rolled a 95. You didn't roll a D100.
Fucker!
It was meant to be,
It's
Joey.
Scooby-Doo
It was meant
shit.
to be.
He rolled a 95. He didn't roll a D100. There we go. No, she doesn't have a ceremonial suit of armor in her estate.
God damn it.
She
You
does
could
have
be
a
that
bird
ceremonial
cage.
one.
But
Oh,
like,
well, I can't disguise as a bird cage.
yeah. Not
I
with
could
that
disguise
attitude.
you as a bird, but I'm not doing that.
I was about to say, it could turn you into a bird. Ringo.
To be fair, who the fuck wouldn't shoot a bird in the face that was just gawking at them?
Oh, that's right. Marion,
Surprise
can,
paladin. Just
Can Marion leave his familiar somewhere hidden in the room to kind of watch over?
It's a library. How?
it's a den.
It's a den with bookshelves and
Yeah.
paintings.
Yeah.
Ringo has a climb speed, so he could hide behind the painting.
Or a bookshelf.
On top. People don't
He's
tend to look up.
also very noticeable.
Yeah, he's not like an itsy bitsy little gecko. He's a
Yeah, he's
gecko.
like-
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah.
While we're sort of setting all this up and I figure out I can't really hide in there in any way, I'm just having a look at the magical map that reveals hidden locations.
Okay. Oh, somebody's open micing right now. And it's loud. Who is that? All right, cool. There are no secret locations that you could not discern just by walking up and down the hallways in this estate.
All right.
She seems completely and unapologetically mundane.
Yeah, well, that puts me at ease a little bit.
just added precaution. Volstruckers tend to identify and look out for magical essences, so be very careful whatever means you guys are going to be using.
Would he be able to see my skeletons through the wall?
They are magical in nature, yeah.
Damn it. Okay, I can't preemptively pull them. Got it.
Well, could be that she already has some skeletons in the closet.
If you put all the skeletons in the closet, that would be pretty funny. Like,
It would
I don't
actually.
know.
I completely agree.
I feel like you'd give her a heart attack though, and it's like, "What do you have in your closet?" And then walks out skeletons like, "Oh my god, what the hell?"
be a good conversation starter for sure.
Wait, don't technically we all radiate magic?
Yep.
I don't, but that seems like a you thing, guys.
I mean, it isn't detect magic also blocked by complete cover of certain like length, like thickness.
Yeah. There are certain thicknesses that you cannot sense through.
Clover pulls out her lead line robes.
Are you going to
Can-
start wearing them? Because keep in mind, whenever you are wearing them, you have to let me know because that's lead poisoning.
8 hours. Yeah, I got it. I'll start wearing them.
All right,
She
all right,
has
all
to start wearing them anyways because she has to go.
Is
deal
this
with things
wall
after
thick
this.
enough to stop the detect magic?
The wood is about 1 inch thick. What does detect magic say?
3 feet of wood.
Wood? Yeah, it's definitely not 3 feet of wood.
1 block of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Yeah, it's only one inch.
Oh,
Damn.
Clover, just make sure you don't become misled.
Son of a
Okay,
bitch.
one
Was
more
that
and
a
you're going
joke?
down in the shed.
Sorry,
Guys, I could
didn't-
take off the
I didn't get
makeup
enough
and
sleep last night. Okay.
I could take off the makeup and just get all the urchins to give them a lot of misinformation. Get them to go somewhere stupid, and then we attack them. If you guys are thinking about attacking them, but whatever. Let's just listen to this conversation. I'm ready. Let's wait for them.
Alrighty. John, you said you're going to be leaving the estate and trying to track the individual before they get here?
Yeah, just being up the ways from where the estate is. That way can see anybody that would be approaching it along the road.
Roll me a stealth
Ooh.
check, please.
I'm not going to be hiding. I'm just going to be out on the street. So I will be performing a role. Whether we can say I've taken some of my personal effects out, my portraits, and I'm like trying to grift them along this street. So I'm
Okay.
approaching each and everybody. That'll include the bull strecker, so I can just have a brief conversation. But that's it.
Performance check, please.
I will remind everyone that detect magic is 30 feet, so would try to position people who aren't listening 30 feet away.
Question. Private Sanctum specifies that creatures inside cannot be detected by divination spells. Does detect magic detect the sanctum?
That's a good question.
Technically, it shouldn't, because it's. Like, I mean,
Private sanctum?
Yeah. It's one of the Mordenkainen's, but yeah.
Yeah. 5 foot large.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of what I can do to be helpful here.
Right,
No,
in that case,
the private sanctum would be detectable, but anything inside, it's to stop things like scrying from occurring on anybody inside of it. It's not
Okay.
to create an ambush with it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Fortunately, non-detection is the spell you're thinking of.
I will note that I will remove any magic items from my person when I am spying through that portrait, so I can't be detected by detect magic.
So not only can you not cast spells, you don't even have your staff with you. Okay.
Nope, I will keep just the mundane bow and whatnot, anything mundane.
How far away is the dining hall from this lobby?
Definitely more than 30 feet, probably closer to like 60.
Okay,
But it
where
is
me and-
also right inside the front door.
Oh, it's not like blocked off with other doors?
Well, there's doors, but like there's the front door, the dining hall right there, and then you walk down the hallway to get to the den.
Fuck. Fuck. Can me and my skeletons hide in the kitchen? Is that far enough away?
If you're at the back wall of the kitchen, yes.
Okay, that's where me will be during if we need to ambush. That way I
Alrighty.
can catch them on the way out.
Easy enough. You and your skellies go all the way to the back of the kitchen. Bernie, where are you positioning yourself?
I'm not seeing myself anywhere on the map. If that's
Well, we
We have
don't
a
have a
map?
battle map for all of this.
right. Okay. Well, anywhere nearby that would make it easy for me to quickly get in there if I need to. But that's very good. Very good cover, so I don't really have to rely on much stealth or anything.
Okay. If you are at one of the far rooms, that would put you at about 40 feet away from the other
Okay.
room, without being near the front door at all.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that works.
Cool. Tolsha,
mage
you're
armor.
mage armor.
Sorry.
Cool. Tolsha, you said you're going to be
At
in the room with the hole that you can hear through.
That's see-through, yeah. And so it's
Well,
by
you can't
passive-
see through it.
Oh,
Lily
then
mended
here
the
through, yeah.
portrait that was in front of it.
Then hear through, yes.
Okay.
I mean, if you want, Lily could like put holes in the eye parts.
No. It's easy to tell there's a tear in the painting. Unlike
Right.
what Scooby-Doo taught us.
Lily, where are you going to be?
Lily is fairly perceptive, but she is not all that stealthy. So
That-
She also radiates magic and is a talking dog.
I mean, that too. Yeah, she'll probably be in the same room as Tolsha, but like in the far back area, so she doesn't get like seen by detect magic if that is applied.
You would have to be in the room that Bernie's in, 40 feet away.
Okay, yeah, she'll share that room and also bring some snackies.
Okay.
To share.
Natalie?
I don't suppose there's like somewhere good for her to hide.
I mean, the option is the room that Tosha is in, the room that Bernie and Lily are in, or the kitchen where Marion and his skeletons are.
Oh God, yeah, she doesn't like those skeletons. They still bother her. I guess with Tolsha, because I guess she'd be the stealthiest one with Tolsha and John, really, which is kind of funny. So yeah.
And you are wearing your lead coat, right?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, like something does happen. She is a walking anti-magic field. So we'll be fine.
So, which room are you?
Oh, I'm hiding with
choosing?
Tolsha.
Okay, thank you. Cool. All right. John, you already rolled your performance as you're out there. Hanging around towards the end of one of the piers, trying to pawn off your portraits that you have. You end up being there for only about 20 minutes or so before you see someone who is clearly a Volstrucker disguised as somebody who wants to look casual in the streets. This man is far too pale to be wearing a swimsuit. He has in his hand a bag of peanuts that looks spiced. And is just hanging out at the end of the pier and looking around the crowd as he is standing there, just kind of observing them all.
I'm just making my rounds as people pass by and trying to upsell them what I have. When they agree to a price, I'll immediately raise it and continue to do so, both keeping everything I have and probably greatly annoying the people as they pass by.
Roll me a perception check.
Sure. $11.
All right. After about 15 minutes of them lurking there for a moment, the individual stands up straight and casually begins walking down the pier, heading in that direction.
I will attempt to, approach and sell just the same way I've been selling with other people. just kind of doing it more expeditedly as I'm making my way towards them. I'll see if I can get a few words out of them before I just continue on to the next.
You try to hawk and sell, and they look over at you and just shake their head no as they're walking away. I'm going to whisper something that your passive would pick up on.
Okay. Not that it matters, but I'm applying some pretty sleazy business tactics. I'm shaking people's hands profusely so I can hear the jingle of the coin that they have, and then commenting on the fact immediately after, saying that they can afford anything I'm selling.
You're that kind of businessman.
That's the one I'm appearing to be right now.
There you go.
Okay.
So, you keep going about your pawning, and the individual is very adamant about not wanting to and walks off the pier onto the beach, heading over towards the house. Do you wish to follow them? At that point, you are stealthing. That's...
Yeah, no, again, I'm not intending, like, I know where they're going, and I'm just keeping my eye out for any other parties that might be making their way towards Diana's. That's pretty much it.
All
just
right.
keep kind of circling around the same block or two.
Yeah.
Not getting too far.
There does not appear to be anybody else heading out in that direction, aside from a couple of, youthful individuals that are caught up in the Love-Struck festival that they're in and heading to the beach. You know what's going on. An army of fucking urchins.
Cool.
So, everybody else in all of your positions, you hear Diana just, humming to herself.
Would you like me to roll stealth?
I would like you and Natalie to roll stealth.
I will use session advantage.
All right.
I will also use session advantage.
All right. 21.
Damn, that was one off.
26. All right, pretty good stealths. So that brings your average out to 24. Yeah, round up. Not bad. As the two of you are there, I need both of you also to roll me perception checks.
Natalie cannot hear anything. Oh, not bad.
15.
Pass is better.
Neither of you hear anything other than Diana humming to herself, sitting there. Probably still transcribing. And then you hear the clearing of a throat. Diana. You let yourself in. Hello, Vostraka. How are you? I am doing well. And yes, I let myself in. It was easier. So, may we discuss our businesses as we were planning to? Yes, Vostraka. Would you like some tea? No, I do not wish to drink poison from anybody. I would never think to, poison you. Of course you wouldn't. Anyways, I'll just sit right here. No other sounds are made that anybody can discern. So, we have business to discuss. Well, let me first start by saying, I am very thankful for the opportunity to remain here in Nicodranis. despite the fact that my visa has lapsed. Yes, of course you would. But you see, the only reason we are giving you this opportunity is so that we can have more information, to protect the Empire with. Of course, I understand. Now, you expressed previously that you were hesitant about working with us, serving the Empire, despite our leniency. Well, of course, I'm sure, as you understand, I want to remain here in Nicodranas. I've set up a very good life for myself. I have a wonderful opportunity. And you have some friends now, I see. Well, just old family friends visiting from town. That is uncharacteristic of you, to have friends, that is. In all the years that we've been aware of you and your presence here, you've never taken a mate, you've never had anybody come over, anything. Well, not really my style. Hanging out and drinking with people is a young person's game after all. Oh. Well. What say you, then? We can extend your visa for another 2 years. And all I ask for in return is a simple taxation that you still need to pay to the Empire anyways. As well as now, I need the addresses and knowledge of each of your employees at each of your stands. Strong negotiation tactic you are starting with. There's no negotiation here. It is either you give me this information willingly, or we send you back to the Empire, where you have to fill out for your visa. And of course, you will be punished for letting it lapse for the past 6 months without coming home, especially after having a declaration of state of emergency that we have. Comply, or we will make you. Well, please, Volstraka, I am happy to pay the taxes. It's not an issue at all. I do not want to bring them into anything. You mean you don't want to use your resources to help defend the Empire? That is not what I'm saying. If you are looking for more people for information, you already control all of the urchins, all of the thieves guilds around. Well, there's still an open opportunity from people who work nearby. So what is your decision? May I have a day to think on this? You will have one day. Tomorrow night, when your clock strikes midnight, he looks over at the clock. I will be back here. Have the money in hand or your suitcase packed, as well as your ledger. Thank you, Vorstrucker. No more sounds come from the other room that either of you can tell. A moment goes by, and then the two of you hear a little bit of sobbing happening.
Wait a little bit longer. Just because we couldn't hear in the first place. Can I make another perception check to see if I can tell if it's just her in there?
Sure.
Come on.
You don't
We lost
hear
22?
You don't hear anything else coming from the other room?
Yeah. By the way, how vocal was the sobbing?
Not very. She's trying to keep it to herself, but those two are right next door, and there's a hole in the wall. They hear it. Few minutes go by like that, and then you hear her stand up from her desk, walk down the hall over towards your room, Tosha and Lily, and will rasp on the door. Everybody, he's gone. You can come out now.
That's right. Are you all right? Your face is a little wet.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. Just a emotional day as a whole. And everything went as well as we could expect. 11. Oh yeah, no, she's lying through her teeth. She's definitely shooken at whatever happened.
Lily still has some snackies she offers to her.
Yes, I will. Ooh, glazed.
And
Thank
after
you.
she eats and stuff, she gives her a nice warm hug.
So
The technique Rurik taught her.
what did he ask of you?
Taxation. And he wanted, you all can hear now her Zemnian accent coming out much more, with the recent interaction. And a ledger of my employees.
Right.
In that case, it sounds like it's an odd time for all your employees to quit.
Why a ledger of your employees? I don't understand.
It is, they like power, and information is power to them, so. She just shrugs.
Well, I look over at Lily and
Like, you don't need to, like, in front of her and stuff, that fire, she's being gentle, kind and stuff, but during the hug, probably when you're looking to Lily, Lily's got that glint in her eye that she wants to, like, murder someone. Like, this is like I'm gonna mess someone up kind of look.
Do you want our help in dealing with this?
I don't want any of you to do anything. It's an unfortunate situation, yes, but it is one that I've prepared for already, and honestly, it will have to test the integrity of my employees. That is all.
I see.
well, just maybe keep a close eye on that ledger then. And, hopefully, I mean, maybe something comes up that gets in their way. One can always hope for a bit of a miracle, right?
It's good to always be faithful, I suppose.
You said that it was taxation. How much is the tax?
Well, for each establishment I have, I'm supposed to be paying 100 gold per year. And then another 10% of my revenue. So that comes out to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 4,500 gold pieces.
That is a fairly hefty amount.
It is. But if that's what I have to do to just keep you safe and to keep information from going anywhere or to have to go back to the Empire, then that's fine.
Yeah. He went out the front door and stuff, right? Just because me and my
Yeah.
we need to go back to where we were staying previously, get some things we left behind, if we're staying here for a while. So we're going to head out for a little bit.
I believe he did come through the front door and left that way as well. Yeah.
Right. We'll be sure to try to avoid, making a scene for you and all that. But yeah, we're going to head back to where we were staying, get our stuff, and yeah, and be back. I don't know, give us like maybe a couple hours, if it, at the most.
All right. Back over to you, John. You wait there for about 40 minutes or so, and you see the Volstrucker walks back up onto the docks and begins wandering about the crowd, maneuvering to not touch any of them, not get too close to anybody, and just take in the general atmosphere of the environment. Then he starts heading northwest. You're muted, can't hear you.
Sorry. Make my way back to the estates and meet up.
While everybody is having this conversation, you show up to the front door. It's already unlocked and open. You see everybody is getting their gear and things that they have on themselves ready.
Yeah. Oh, hey, John, I know you wanted to go, like, enjoy the festival a bit, maybe meet someone new, but we're about to go back to where we were before to get the things we forgot.
All right. Everything okay in here? Seems the mood is off.
Just it's been a pretty emotional day for all of us, but I mean, happier times are coming, right?
Dude.
Yes. I'm going to well, she pulls out her ring of keys, goes through and hands you a key, Lily. That's to that is to the back door. You can get in, no problem with it. Be quiet when you get back. If you don't mind, I have to wake up bright and early so I can go to each of my establishments to create a ledger.
Right, Auntie, don't worry about a thing. Everything's gonna be just fine, all right?
Yeah, of course. Everything always works out. And she like scoops and just hugs you very closely. I'm so glad that you're back.
I'm glad to be back.
All right. She'll pull at your left horn a little bit, tugging at it. All right. Time to go to ready for bed. Pleasure meeting all of you. You all seem very good, and she'll look at you, Miriam. One of these days, we're going to have to talk more. Lots more.
Of course.
And-
And plenty more stories to tell.
And she'll go over and she'll give you a hug as well.
Literally, like, probably meets up to my chest at best.
If that, yeah. She's not very tall. So, then all of you are welcome to head back out onto the beach.
Yeah, and once we're out, let's like away from earshot from anti-fire, Lily looks to John. All right, where's this asshole so I can fucking shoot him in the head?
Honestly, I have to agree.
Well, they're gone. They went somewhere to the northwest side. What did you all hear in there?
Yeah, tell us.
I'll repeat what was heard of how he wants her to, or how he's threatened her with either she gives them what they want, or she's basically going to be taken back to the Empire and punished for not renewing her visa to be in the coast. How that he wants a ledger of all her employees among everything else that was mentioned and we heard, as well as we couldn't even hear him sit down or do
Yeah, he had
anything of
some-
that like.
He had some really nice shoes.
I mean, that all follows track. The coward wasn't even here.
Quick
That wasn't a
question,
real person.
John, quick question. How
What do you
what
mean? Sorry.
what would the Volstruckers, anyone like that, what would they need to do with like a ledger? What would be the purpose of that? Can you
To
think?
find people, to exercise power over said people. I mean, if they want information, it's the purpose of it's typically the same, to keep and grow their own existing power. That's all it ever is. Of course, in the name of the Empire.
What exactly do you mean he wasn't there?
He was most likely an illusion. He had no discernible smell to him.
But, well, I mean,
Tolsha said he made no sounds, and yes, that would indicate that it was a similar trick to that of the handler.
Did you have your detect magic up, Natalie? Were you able to see him
Yeah,
through
would
the
I have
wall?
saw that, Joey?
So detect magic for you is usually up, but for this individual, the way they position themselves, you would not have seen them.
I thought we could still see the magic through the wall, though.
Oh shit, yeah, it would have. Yeah, that was an illusion.
Yeah, he's right. It was an illusion. I just liked his shoes.
Our overthinking paid off.
but he would still have to be somewhere nearby, right?
I mean, yes, it doesn't go without them knowing. That being said, if they're taking those types of precautions, they could either be extremely busy or extremely cautious. I mean, neither of which would be surprising.
True.
Do you think they would be so lax as to go to the same place tomorrow? I mean, you said they would be coming back tomorrow, right?
I have no idea if they're...
That's what Diana said.
Yeah.
I- and I thought that would have been
Yeah.
expressed by Tolsha.
Yes, I would express
that's
it.
what I figured. Yeah.
In that case, they would have to physically be there to take the funds and the ledger. So that's where we can do what we need to do, right?
Right. Well, the problem is that would also incriminate her.
Well, I mean, John did say that we could probably intercept them. That was the original plan. So why don't we? We could do that again tomorrow. Do that tomorrow before they get there, and that would leave her unimplicated.
I mean, yeah, if you take everything, then they don't know why they got attacked. But if you only take the plans of a letter, then yeah, it implicates her.
I think we would also have to deal with this number 10 quite fast.
I mean, if you want to worry about the entire Volstrucker agency, we would have to deal with all of them.
Well, I mean, if these two are the ones that are working in this area, then
It's
if we
going to
manage to take out the two of them first, then it would at least cause some delay, right, before the rest of them would be able to
I mean,
know that something's up.
there's another thing that I just thought of. Anti-Fire did say they controlled the urchins.
And the entire underworld here.
Indeed. And one of us already has a connection with some underworld aspects, and one of us is extremely good with urchins.
I could get the urchins to meet up with them, but like, I don't know. Killing people seems a little harsh, but
Well, what if you're the new urchin on the block and you ask them to take you to who's paying or who's the one in power to kind of pay your respects? We can learn where they dwell.
Natalie, who looks much older with the Corel makeup on, is like, I guess we can do that. I gotta go wash my face, but
I mean, the
like,
sea's right over there, but yeah.
I don't trust the ocean. Not after what happened on that boat. But,
Fair.
yeah, we could do. I mean, I can try to meet up with them and see who's in charge, or cause some infighting. Urchins do tend to like me a lot.
And as far as underworld aspects go, Tulsha, I remember we did have an encounter with them in the Empire before. They would probably have, they should have some connection here in this city, Nicodranus as well.
I'll start looking around for signs pointing there, as well as trying to figure out which one it is, because there are different ones.
By the way, Joey, the northwest part of Nicodranus that you told John where the Volstrucker went, is there any like specific landmark there or something that would be?
They just headed in that general direction. That's closer towards the Shimmer Ward, I think it would be.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess one big question, would the Master's estate be in that direction?
No. All of those super rich high-end estates are to the north of Nicodranus.
Okay.
So if you look at the map, it's northeast-ish. Yeah, northeast-ish.
Well, one potential avenue of help we could get, I would assume, although I don't know exactly because I'm not privy to those kind of things, but the Tal'Dorian forces should also have some spies around the area, I would assume. That might be able to assist. It would be, at least, would make sense to me that they also have some people stationed here in the city.
Rogue background people, history check. Or, sorry, rogue, thieves can't, roguish background people, thieves can't.
Just background?
If it's given to you through your background, anything that's like somewhat correlated to that.
Archaeology, maybe?
Fuck no.
Finding no.
What?
In long
Going
shot.
the Miriam, does that count?
Not enough, no. It's people who would know the history of it, people who have been here for a while. Natalie, he's talking about the Golden Grin. Or maybe he doesn't know he's talking about it, but he's talking about the Golden Grin.
Talk about those pirates, the ones that smile. Who?
You're muted, Bernie.
Golden Grin? I think I've heard of those. I mean,
Grin.
because that, I mean, he might not know that they are, but he's wary about pirates and stuff.
Natalie, do you need me to explain them a bit more to you so you know who they are?
As I understand, they're like Robin Hood but pirates.
Bards. No, they're not pirates.
Oh.
Yeah, the Golden Grin, some are like that, is a connection of bards who try to do good by Exandria. They are some of the people who are responsible for the assassination of very powerful individuals that try to manipulate many individuals. They usually have strong connections to thieves guilds and societies like that. Without being a part of them, they're mostly people who hear stories, listen, try to spread word of mouth of goodness, of kindness, do unto others, as well as warning of anything bad that happens. You're not sure of how to get in contact with them, but what he's describing, if it's from Tal'Dorei, would be the Golden Grin.
Yeah, they're a bunch of bards. They kind of murder people sometimes, but they're trying to do what they think is the greater good. I don't know any way to contact them just because they snipe good people off the streets and make them bards. But yeah,
Make them bards.
Well,
Practice a fucking violin.
I'm not very familiar with them. I mean, I may have heard of the name. Didn't know they were like. Well, I mean, I wouldn't know where to begin looking for them, but maybe we could find out.
we could try a tavern. I mean, don't they have to use music to make magic or something? They were always the funny ones in school.
That would make sense.
So, what it is we want to do, everybody?
I think find information, since we know that we can't ambush that guy tonight, at least. But
No, we
quick
have
question:
one
did
day to make
Diana?
preparations?
Yeah, and be ready. Quick question, Joey.
Yeah.
Did Diana already tell us where Riza's summer house or whatever was here in Nicodranus?
She said it's somewhere on the beach. She didn't give you specifics on it.
Oh, well, we were traveling on the beach anyways. Lily would be keeping an eye out for that.
Oh yeah, you see this magnificent house that has this large sign that says Ruiz's estate.
Nice.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah,
That might
yeah,
be it.
yeah. No, there's also a
I'm not-
bullseye on it. A bullseye on it. That says Molotovs throw here.
Marker as well.
Yeah, you
Big
need more
exclamation mark.
details from her to figure out which one is his. There's plenty of estates on the beach.
Oh, damn. For a second, I thought you were being literally
No, I
serious.
was not. I was being as condescending as I could try to muster. Sorry.
I could see him being that vain though.
Yeah, throw your
Uh,
Molotovs here, just middle finger. Just
I turn to the group again. Just well, whatever we do, we need to be quick about it. And I suggest we try to set up some sort of ambush tomorrow without Diana knowing about it. Of course, if she knows anything about it, that would be bad.
I mean-
she might still be targeted, but if they know that she wasn't any part of it, then well, and also try to find out if the Golden Grin does have operatives in the city. Taverns, sure. If that is a good place to start, then fine.
Well, I don't know. The way Natalie described the Golden Grin, they just sound like the borrowed version of Volstruckers, except different.
Well, yeah, I suppose that would be sort of fitting then. I mean, At the very least, they might be inclined to help us or give us some information about where the other one might be. Because if we are setting up an ambush for number 6, then maybe they could be able to point us to number 10 afterwards, or
And-
maybe take care of him themselves.
I think I might know where they might be. Back-
Another. Sorry, go ahead.
Tosha, go ahead, Tosha.
Remember when we were getting supplies earlier, Miriam?
Yes.
That shop owner told me in Thieves' Camp that more supplies you might be looking for are found at the casino. So I would have to assume they have some kind of connection there.
It would be worth a look.
All right.
Makes sense. Dazzling lights, gleaming attraction. Makes sense for bards to own it, to charm people into the casino.
And something that I think we could consider if they're not as bad as Natalie described. I mean, bards have to eat. Anti-Fire owns a bunch of the food establishments. Maybe we could convince them to, keep an eye on her to keep her safe when we're not around.
Well, I mean, also in any case, if these Volstruggers have sort of gained control of all the urchins in town, then maybe that is something the Golden Grin would like to change.
Yeah,
Seems like that would be something that's up their alley, at least, as well.
Yeah, that does make me wonder. How do you gain control of urchins other than like have a cult?
Is there an orphanage in town?
Money and shelter.
They could control the
Yeah.
orphanage.
I mean, food, shelter, some pocket change, that kind of thing that children want, I assume.
I mean, based off that,
Mhm.
wouldn't the Golden Grin already have quote unquote control of the urchins? So wouldn't the urchins maybe know something?
Well, the way I understand it, they don't necessarily want to be in control in the same way that the Volstruggers would be. They would be more inclined to help, but not actually use them in that, or exploit children for that, their own ends like that.
Well, regardless, we've got some information to find and some things to prep.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So,
Would that,
are we doing this tonight or in the morning?
I was just about to ask, would that casino be open 24/7?
Absolutely.
Well, we're going tonight.
Guys, I don't want to worry you guys, but I'm going to be very busy tomorrow with a few things I got to do by myself. But I can definitely go find that merchant underground tonight.
Yeah, I know you'll be busy tomorrow. If you, as what you say, can you at least make it around this time so that you can at least either watch us help or watch us kill a bad guy, or watch the bad guy kill us and like something?
Hopefully, no one's going to have to get killed, but if it comes
What
down to
exactly-
that, I'll try to be here.
What exactly are you up to, Natalie?
Oh, Nelly, I'm going to go talk to the urchins that started an uprising. Maybe they
About
don't need somebody in
tomorrow?
charge of them. Oh, nothing. Just personal stuff. I have to go talk to. My grandfather mentioned a man in the 3rd Regiment. I believe his name is Clausen. No, not Clausen. That's wrong. But I'm supposed to go meet up with him, and then I also have to go meet up with a Salazar named Clausen. Henry in the 3rd Regiment.
You said something about a merchant.
What?
About
She
meeting a
said
merchant?
urchin, not merchant. Urchin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, urchin.
Sorry,
They're
it's
very
getting late.
similar. Yeah.
Right. Just don't do anything
I'm muted.
untoward.
Just so you know, Natalie, you've been going with John because he's been trying to track down all of these people for the last 2 days. Clausen Gills, Diana Fire, Ruza. So that's
Yeah,
been
oh.
happening.
That hasn't happened at all. Shit.
It's
okay.
a
I mean,
very
we've been
big
looking.
city.
We've been looking, but the problem is I only had myself to roll, and that was I didn't.
He
Yeah,
was
he-
averaging 7. Just...
Natalie didn't luck him. Like Natalie wasn't like, okay, let's
No
find
one
you
touched.
weren't
No one's your
here.
designation.
You were, like you weren't here.
Yeah,
Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, 3rd Regiment shouldn't be too hard. I mean, how many regiments could be in one city? And
Anyways,
I don't know if I need to roll a deception check, but all of that was a lie. She is robbing Mason's Guild.
we know.
Well, to be fair, at least this place is more loaded, and also like not like for a developing city. The city's already
Actually,
developed.
she's got fucking Port Zune and Phelan on the decision of Nicodranus to join. She's wrote all of them like so she wrote Port Zune that Phelan and Nicodranus are joining. She's gonna convince Nicodranus that Port Zune and Phelan are joining, and Phelan that Port Zune and Nicodranus are joining. So it's gonna be like
You are such an ass.
so it's really gonna be one of those things where everyone goes in on it.
Right. Well, Natalie, whatever it is you're up to, I'm not going to follow you around and look like keep you on your best behavior, as it were. But I will just say that up until now, in the last year, I have been a bit lax in my duties, and I will not be as lenient going forward as I have been.
Of course, you have to follow your tenets. I follow mine, you follow yours. It's part of religious practice.
That is fair, but just I have my eye on you.
Oh,
That's a bit weird, Bernie.
Well, I already told her I would protect her, so how is that weird?
Don't worry, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for looking out for me.
Alrighty. So, who is going to casino? Type I into chat.
Honestly, I kind of wish Natalie would come with the casino because of the fucking luck.
Dude, I can't. She's gonna get banned so quickly.
No. Alright, so y'all are going to casino. Urchin hunting.
Urchin Underground.
Type
Is that a
me.
band?
We're sticking with my thing. It's hunting. Just Natalie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. John, what are you doing?
I can go with whichever makes it easier.
I mean, were there more options?
Those were the options you guys introduced to me.
I would help with urchins, but I don't believe I'll be any help with convincing them. I'm 20 feet size as their senior.
Oh, actually, can I change my answer from the casino? Lily would probably try to look for like the underground place, the
urchins.
Not the urchins, the other ones. The not the grin, not the urchins, but the like the roguey people.
That's the casino.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah,
Yep.
casino it is.
All right. So
If
yep.
Natalie's going alone, then I'm going with her.
Well, we don't know she's going alone yet. John or Natalie,
think-
are you taking John with you?
Yeah, if you want to come, sure, it'll be fun. You want to? We'll dress like we're 16.
All right, sounds good.
There we go.
God.
Emo thing over his eye.
Let's do
Yep,
this,
yep.
JJ. This
Just
will be big.
Puts it over
Oh,
the.
What have we created?
Oh, jeepers. Okay. So, let's start with the urchins first. First, I need a survival check from both of you to try to find these urchins.
Okay. Don't worry. We both obviously know kids because we're hip and cool like that.
Natalie actually is a child, so yes.
Oh, but she is not good at survival. Not at all. Let's get a sorcery point that
Cool.
one. Ooh.
The important numbers.
Oh, 15. There we go. That's not bad.
15. Okay. John, as you start trying to look around the streets, trying to find one of the urchins, Natalie immediately turns her head down one of the alleys where you see somebody's just sitting on top of a crate, hanging out, kind of ear position towards the street. Yeah, that looks like an urchin to you.
Okay. Here, follow my lead. We got this. You want to do voices?
We'll see where it goes.
Okay. Walk up to the kid. Bit sad, isn't it?
What?
Bit sad, isn't it?
What is?
Adults controlling everything, even trying to take advantage of us kids, making us do things for money.
Roll me a...
What are you going for?
Roll me
This
I
is
feel
so
like
on the
Natalie
nose.
actually believes this, so persuasion? Like, Natalie, do you honestly believe what you're saying?
She doesn't know anything about what's
Okay,
going on.
deception then. Deception. All right.
Oh.
What was that accent?
Oi,
I
it
just
bad,
think it's
in it?
funny.
Yeah. Bobby.
26.
Jeez.
Damn grown-ups.
Yeah. You know, yeah, you're right. Fucking always coming in here and taking our shit and stupid bitches.
Telling us what to do and thinking their money has power over us.
Wait, you're getting paid.
You're getting paid?
I'm not getting paid.
I'm not either. I thought they were paying one of us.
Wait,
We
wait,
can't let them take advantage of us like this.
are you part of the GGs?
Am I part of the GGs? Do I look like I'm part of the GGs?
All right, well, show me the handshake.
Up high.
Already a knife to the back.
He crosses his arms and looks away.
What? You're not gonna do it?
That's not the handshake.
Grab the. You've been taught the wrong handshake. You haven't been hanging out with Timmy or anyone from Humperduke, have you?
Wait, Timmy, Hupperduke. What the fuck is a Hupperduke?
It's a place. The
I've never-
biggest bank robbery in history took place by an urchin.
I no idea what a Hupperduke is.
It's a place filled with gnomes. It's a magical place. Tis a silly place.
Oh, we got a few gnomes in our city. Yeah. Wait. Are you talking about northeast side?
Yes.
That's where the Wranglers are.
Oh. Why the Wranglers there? I thought they were up north.
Nah, they're northeast now.
Why? What happened?
Because the fjords took over north.
Why the Fords take over north? What's going on? Is there a gang war?
Not really a war. It's just like a redistribution of power, is what they called it. Yeah. And to clarify, this kid is maybe like 10 years old.
Jesus.
A lot of big words for that kid.
Yeah. It sounds
Hey,
like
he
he's
li-
just repeating somebody else. Like,
He learned it from the street.
Maybe we need to redistribute power again. Okay, John, give him the handshake so he knows we're GGs.
I just kind of like side-eye Natalie, walk up to the kid, and I'll put my hand out with a piece of gold and just say, "Hey man, don't let anybody get you down."
holy shit. And he swipes the gold quickly. And, like, he clearly folds it into a pocket that's hidden inside of a pocket to, like, keep it safe with a
Hey.
button over it.
Make sure you keep the pocket on the front side. You can watch for hands coming in the front.
Good call. And he, like, rips out the sewing of the pocket and puts it into the other one and just digs it deeper in there.
There you go.
Oh, I gotta take this out. And he pulls out, like, one prong of a thieves' tool set. So, yeah. Yeah, it's really stupid. And then, of course, there's the Jets over in the south side.
Are they at war with the sharks?
Oh, we don't mess with the sharks. So
Well,
you guys are
seems
clearly
like-
new. You don't know the handshake. Do you need to be inaugurated?
yeah, sorry, we're out of towners.
Yeah, we'll inaugurated you. Let's
Plus, we got to get the GGs on top now.
Damn right. Gotta go and talk to Billy.
Yeah, let's go find Billy.
We're both actually from the Empire, and a lot of bad stuff going on up there. But you haven't spoken or seen anybody else from the Empire recently, have you?
I mean, other than the dicks.
A lot. You're gonna have to be way more clear because I know a lot of dicks from the Empire.
You're kidding me. Yeah, those creepy old guys, the ones that like they talk to Billy and now Billy's having us do shit for them.
Oh.
Yeah, Billy's the leader of the GGs.
Sounds like we have to have go out and talk with Billy then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not forcing you guys to do work, right? Like,
I mean, no, just Billy says we got to do work for them sometimes, so we do it.
okay, because yeah, I don't want to. We've been in with some of the bad types of people before, and we don't really want to get mixed up in that again. But if you say they're okay,
No, I mean, we're honestly all we've been doing is like listening to conversations everywhere, and we get to eat like we're doing pretty well. We have like
cool.
5 meals a week.
We've been listening all over the town. We like for the past weeks. Like, what are they looking for? Maybe we can help them out. And
Oh yeah. Apparently, there's a couple of people that they're trying to recruit, into working with them, like Salezos and stuff that we are supposed to be following. Dude, just last week I found out the one guy was having an affair.
Wait, which one?
What is it? Lanky straight beard.
Lanky straight beard.
Yeah,
Okay,
the lanky guy with a straight beard. We
Okay.
nickname everybody based off of what they look like, But yeah, he was
Got it.
having an affair, so we told that, and after I gave that over, I got 2 croissants. It was nice.
so just any information about anybody, or is it just Salezos? That's the only people that they want.
Salezos, nobles, the nobles' kids. Jessie actually got snuck into one of their schools and given like fake paperwork. So she's just listening to find out if their kids do anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, we could probably give them some good information then. We know a lot of stuff going on by the beach.
What?
Oh, cool.
We were told not to listen to the beach.
What? Why's that?
I don't know. They just said ignore everything that happens on the Salco.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like something bad's gonna happen there.
Or maybe they're listening down there already. Oh man. All right. Well, how would we give them our information? Can we just like find them, or do they just show up sometimes?
Well, we can get you to Billy, and Billy usually handles all of that. We just get the information, give it to Billy, and then Billy, hooks us up.
Is Billy is he bigger? Is he older or anything?
Billy's about your age, yeah.
Okay.
And to clarify, right now you look like, as best as you can, 16-ish.
I was gonna say I still look old. Like I can't.
Yeah.
I look at Natalie, and I just kind of like nod. Yeah, we should definitely talk to Billy, because I don't want to, especially if we're not supposed to be getting information down in the South. I need to know more stuff, because if we're breaking rules, we might be in trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, definitely
wouldn't
don't
wanna
want to
break
break
any
any of the rules. We've already lost like 3 of us. After they break the rules, Billy has to turn them in.
Wait, they're in jail?
No, I don't know where they are. They're definitely not in jail, though. Some of the
Yeah, we-
older kids broke the rules, like they were like 18 and 20. And then Billy had to hand him over. And then I saw one of them, but they acted really weird when they were on the streets. He didn't talk to anybody, just kind of did things.
Can I I'm just gonna talk to my friend real quick. Give me a second here. Natalie, I think you should probably go talk to Billy on your own. If he's a bit older, he might be a bit more suspicious of, and I just kind of motioned myself.
A grown-ass adult.
He just described enchantment magic.
Right. So, again, I think you're probably key for the job, but I can obviously I'll tell you, but I think you should go it alone.
Okay, I'm gonna keep on this lead robe for now. Hopefully they don't have any magic shit going on. Okay, thank you. Yeah, let's do this. I gotta talk to Billy. Get that handshake and a few other things.
Yeah, okay. I'll bring you all in over to Billy. You're not gonna come with?
No, he's got some errands to run.
Our other friends, I'm gonna go let them know, so hopefully we can all get jobs, because it'd be nice to eat a little bit better. And that gold piece I gave you isn't real. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's a prank I pull.
Dick?
We'll take that, right?
It's a real gold piece, but he'll probably throw it away or something.
He'll take it out and look at it carefully. I mean, it looks really real. I don't know what biting is supposed to tell me.
I don't know. I'll see you later, Nat. And I'm going to just kind of circle around the corner. I'll mix up a quick disguise and just kind of tailor from there.
Okay. This time you do have to roll a stealth check to tail and follow.
If I was being sneaky, I'm not being sneaky. I will follow, but I'm out in the open.
All right. Roll me a disguise kit check then. Utilizing charisma.
Cool. Disguise kit. I don't know. The default is charisma.
Oh, never mind then. 27. Yeah.
It's the best disguise in the dang world.
That's the best one he's done. So, as you three are heading over there, we'll jump over to the people heading over to the gambler's den. So, wait.
Yeah, that'll work.
It's more atmospheric. You all walk over to the casino, and you see that right now there's a orcish fellow lifting a human and throwing them out onto the street before the human stands back up. Hey, not even that fucking drunk, you dickbags! And then he barfs inches away from whoever's walking in the front shoes. Muted.
Oh, Lord.
Go barf somewhere else, you idiot.
Fuck you, you tin man. And he starts crawling through the streets trying to get away. Clearly very, very shit-faced. As you approach over towards the front, you do see the orcish individual, arms crossed in front of him, dressed in nicer attire as he is working the event, and he looks at each of you. Well, first time here?
Yes.
Yeah.
First time.
5 gold cover charge.
Done.
All right.
Fine.
Alcoholic drinks are for free while you're on the gaming floor while you're gaming.
Very well.
Takes the money from each of you and gives you all wristbands and allows you inside.
Just had a thought. Why didn't we get the person that can manipulate luck to go to a casino?
Because she wanted to go to the urchins.
Yeah, no, I already commented on that earlier.
Also, she'd be kicked out immediately.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
she'd get
100%.
banned after a couple times.
Before we go in, are there any particular rules that are different here from other similar places?
Yeah, no arcane or divine castings of any variety while on the floor. You are not allowed to bet 10 times over the table minimum unless you have special permission from the staff. And you are only allowed to... Wait, what was their third rule?
You forgot.
I did. It's been a few sessions.
Oh no, I'm talking about the half orc. Forgot, not you.
You're only allowed to cover charge for other people for one hand. Or one game.
Right.
Understood.
What's the most popular game?
Crabs.
And that's where I'm going.
Anyone here proficient in any type of gambling supplies?
No, but I feel like Miriam could count cards.
Oh, he absolutely could get kicked out of a casino. Yeah.
Hey, they're looking for magic shit, not mundane shit.
Yeah, it's not illegal, but they can still kick your ass for it.
Take you out to the alley.
Math is magic for people who don't know it.
True.
Checks out.
Yeah, I can see it.
I'm just basically gonna take a walk around inside and try to get a sense of some of the people there, if anyone that seems like they could potentially be inclined to be one of the Golden Grin or something.
All right, roll me an insight check.
I'll be keeping out for any thieves' camp signs.
I'm gonna use session inspiration.
Okay.
Jesus.
27's good.
Yep.
Going around, you see that they do have bands playing at multiple different stations and positions, and the drummer who's playing at one of them, he has a little button on his lapel. The button is that of a golden-faced person smiling. Very subtle, blending in very nicely, and they're in the background, so it's not very easy to see. But as you look at the button and look at them, they begin clacking their instruments and changing the tune of their song a little bit. All of you that understand Thieves' Cant, don't register that this is happening. This is not Thieves' Cant.
I try to see if it's sign language.
It's the language of music.
It's music, so it's definitely not sign language.
I'm going to use my telepathic ability and talk to that guy. And I'll just in common, just send him a message. I need to get in touch with the Golden Grin.
You're walking up to the drummer who's now performing on the stage right now?
No, I can do that.
Oh, the telepathic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 60-foot range.
Yep.
If anything,
Could be
Bernie's
30.
probably just sitting down, looking like he's enjoying the music.
Yep, 60-foot range. Now I'm just standing, leaning to a pillar or something.
The individual's head rotates around a few times. It looks like they're bobbing to the music, but they're clearly looking to find out where this is coming from. Well, you seem to have found somebody already.
Yeah, just but he can't reply
Oh,
telepathically.
Never
back.
mind. Then
Yeah.
their head just keeps bouncing.
I'll just see if when he looks my direction, I'll just look directly at him and nod quickly before, not being too obvious about it, but just try somewhat subtly.
His eyes settle on you, and he continues playing the song. A folk song that recounts the terrors in the days after the invasion of the Red Dragon called the Cinder King that you would be very familiar with in Tal'Dorei. The song is called Hush, Onward Come the Dragons.
That's the cool name for a song.
It is a cool name.
And you get to vibe to it a little bit. There's people who, worked with you who would perform this song once in a while. Nice. Anyways, as the song comes to a close, he whispers over towards one of the other performers who gives a loud announcement. The band will be taking 15 minutes off for drinks and food. Remember, you cheap fucks can tip us.
And if I see Miriam or Tulsa somewhere nearby, I don't assume we're standing right next to each other. I'm just going to send each of them also a message that, hey, get over here. I think I found one of them.
Cool.
You see the individual leaps off of their chair, where now you see that they are a very short halfling, barely 2.5 feet tall, wandering over towards the bar and slams their hand where a scotch is poured for them and pushed over. The individual pulls up and sits at the bar.
I'll go over towards the bar as well, next to me. Hey, I can pay for that. You play very well.
The barkeep shrugs, and he shrugs back at the barkeep. Thank you very kindly, sir.
Flip him a silver or whatever it costs. Maybe it's more expensive here.
Well, drinks are free for anybody who's gambling here. But you definitely tip that bartender silver.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you. And he'll give you a cheers. You enjoy the song, sir?
Yes, very much. Nice to hear the unfortunately sad song of the Cinder King and all that, but heroic saga at least.
It is. It's a really good one.
Right. Well, the world could use more people inclined to do good deeds. Don't you agree?
I think I would agree with that. Yeah.
Or at least to keep some sense of order.
World could always use more good folk, right?
Right, exactly. And I'll telepathically just say to him, more people from Tal'Dorei.
He nods. Realizes you don't respond to him in his head, and then leans over. Yeah, I kind of figured that's where you're from.
I'll just stand next to him for a little bit and just sort of
So
let the conversation. Yeah.
What business brings you all the way here, sir? You're a little far out of your depths.
Yes, I guess you could say that.
At this point, Tulsa and Miriam do show up. And Lily, sorry, all three of you.
Oh, Lily was trying to hide craps.
Oh, okay. Minus 15 gold.
Just
not even a percentage. You just lose money.
The craps table in this casino is a guaranteed loss, unfortunately.
It's rigged.
I fully believe that.
Damn those magnetic balls.
Yeah.
But one of the things I did want to say, because I thought we were going to play it out a little, is Lily would be like, as she's losing money, kind of tapping out in Thieves' Cant, like as if she's impatiently, but in Thieves' Cant, tapping out, looking for information.
All right, yeah, you keep tapping that out, and individuals keep going about their business very fluidly. Everybody else then shows up except Lily. Or Miriam and Tosha show up. Are these your friends?
Yeah, some companions. We're well, we've got some, there are some bad people in town that, well, we figured maybe we could do something about.
He raises his eyebrow at your siblings and then rotates in his chair, picks up your hand, Tosha. It is a pleasure to meet you. Kisses your hand.
It's a pleasure to meet like-minded people. As I try to say, these can't we're looking for allies in this city.
Maybe not too like-minded, but maybe similarly gold. His thieves' cant is, I'm not one of you.
Understood. Still, information's hard to come by. And I try to say, like, these aren't willing to pay for this information. If
Cool.
And
you
I'm-
know anyone who knows or might be selling.
All right, Bernie, what were you saying?
I'm adding in, also in Thieves' Cant, just, and no one likes Volstruckers, right?
He'll roll his eyes at Tolsh's thing, but then his eyes snap over to you, Bernie. And we'll just speak plainly, it's in Thieves' Cant.
Yep.
Coin doesn't really mean that
just
much.
here making sure no one sees anything.
Coin doesn't mean very much to me or the people I work with, unfortunately. We're not really so mundanely motivated. But I agree. There seems to be a little infestation here. Difficult
it
to
just
find
so-
any of them alone.
And it just so happens that
Icebreaker mute.
I don't know.
our group is currently in the works of setting up an ambush for one of them tomorrow. And we know that they have been infiltrating or taking control of some of the urchin gangs.
Yeah. Unfortunate the
Alright.
little kids are being manipulated in the town. Trying to get some people back here to help out, but they're really busy with their own endeavors. There's been a lot of Volstruckers in this town. As far as I'm aware, 2 of them have already been murdered. I think there's 3 remaining, 2 of them working. One is, by the looks of it, on vacation.
Right, okay. We know of number 6 and number 10. We know at least what number 6 looks like. But number 10, we don't know exactly who is yet.
Well, number 10, he's a shorter fellow. Gnomish in origin.
Right, okay.
Yeah. He doesn't really go out much in the town.
Right. More of a behind the scenes actor.
Yeah. Seems a bit more worried about getting caught than the other one. The other one heads out into town a lot, but unfortunately, they seem to be incredibly good at illusions.
Yeah, we have sort of already noticed. But a plan is coming together to deal with that person at least.
Have you ever engaged with a Volstrucker before?
Several.
Really?
Yes, in fact.
I need a persuasion roll from the 2 of you on that one, because he's calling bullshit, you know?
Sure.
Like,
I literally have 2 books on me at this time. If you guys want to ask,
Several isn't a
I also
lie.
have one of their focuses.
But
Several's not a
Bernie's
lie. 3 at this
Bernie's
point.
only been involved with one.
True, you have.
Yeah.
Tolsha said several, though, so yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, so both of you
Persuasion.
persuasions.
Oof.
Your wavering confidence knows no bounds. 23, however. Oh, shit.
Yes, one of the, according to their structure, one of the most impressive ones we dealt with was, what was that, a 3?
Huh. That is incredibly impressive, to say the least. It also means you have a target on your back. I'll tell you what. I can help you out with the information I have on one condition.
Which is?
We know of another Volstrucker who recently left the shoreline and was heading over to Jorhas. This one's quite dangerous. They've left no trace of any bodies behind, but are credited with the murder of about 15 different people. But given the fact that you've handled a 3, shouldn't be a problem for you.
Indeed.
I'll tell you where they're heading, and I need your word that you're gonna hunt the fucker down. My partner was taken out by him. And when you kill him, he reaches into his coat and then pulls out a small bag and tosses it over to you. You shove that tooth in his fucking mouth, and it's a golden tooth.
Sounds...
Wait. Well, I mean, I'm not averse to doing this. We aren't really murderers for hire, but we do have other companions also who need to be, and we have our own business also to attend to here in town before we could go after someone like this.
Indeed, but it is something that would be on our radar, especially with other things that we're doing. Do you know of their name or moniker?
I wasn't able to find out their ranking. But they wear tight white gloves, tight neck shirt.
Is this reminding me of the one we met back in the
Troll cave?
the troll cave and the one with seeds?
The one with seeds, yes.
Bernie, that's the one that was involved with seeds.
Right.
Freckles on their face, right?
Yep.
Sounds reminiscent.
He's the one that caused behind a lot of that chaos at that resort.
That's right. Yeah.
Listen,
Okay, well,
you need these people gone for a reason. You need my help to do it. You must be pressed for it if you are acting so publicly right now.
yes.
I would love to help you nonetheless, but I'm going to be put into danger by helping you.
Of course.
I need assurance that if something happens to me, that person is going to pay for what they did to my partner.
You have my word.
Good then. And I'll shake your hand and grab it very tightly. Soft scales.
Thank you.
Then you have my word as well.
Good man. He'll shake your hand as well. Now, I'm not taking any more requests tonight, people. Takes another drink of his whiskey. Delicious stuff.
Let's have some more whiskey here, shall we?
Yeah, one more. Before I have to get back to the performance, they are paying me. You all do hear Lily's cussing from the table as she loses again. Fuck!
Lily eventually does go to a different game.
Yeah. The 15 was just for trying craps, so it's, yeah. So, you need the individual. Their hideout is somewhere in the swamplands. Northeast. Outside of the cemetery.
Hey.
There's
Do
a
you
large
have any-
clearing.
Okay, do you have any idea on how often the two that are active here meet?
I don't know. The other one stays hidden very, very frequently.
Right, okay.
Now, their hideout is a little bit covered, and they might be a little cautious around it. There was a group of people.
What's
Icebreaker. Yep, there we go. There was a group of people snooping around that area earlier today.
that? Okay.
So yeah,
I see.
What kind of people? Do you know?
the adventuring type. Icebreaker, dude. keep unmuting. Yeah.
Others that have.
I think it's something on my end.
Oh, that's you? It's showing icebreaker glowing for me.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's you. Just manually mute Zoom, please.
Huh, right. So these, you wouldn't have any idea why these other people would try to seek them out.
No clue. They flew in on a skyship. They docked.
Skyship.
Yeah, the one out by the docks.
Hmm.
Well, actually, he looks outside. Nah, they left. Huh. You all did see a skyship over on the docks.
Yeah.
He came
I
to town.
remember you
Yeah.
saying. All right. Well.
And Miriam, you do recall seeing a few individuals while you were over at the cemetery, walking through the woods in a relative direction. You have an idea of the direction they were heading, and being that far out into the swamps, you know.
Right. And this last person, you said there were 3 that are active in the area, but only one of them is on vacation or off somewhere.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The third one has been around town actually acting like a tourist. Like authentic. We followed them. We've looked. They haven't done anything. They haven't even connected with the other 2. They've been actually avoiding them very well.
Were they selling paintings?
What? No, not at all. They were acting like a tourist. They were, buying things from shops, playing games, drinking pina coladas on the beach.
Do you have a description of them?
Yeah, they're wearing clothing that's way too revealing for how pasty they are. Nice shaved sides of their head, pulled back, hair in the top, glasses. They have this like black and white tank top like shirt thing they wear.
Huh. I guess they are human as well, or mortal as well.
I'm not sure. I thought they were always working, but this guy, the past week, he has not seemed like he's working at all.
Either that's a really good cover, or he really is on vacation.
Interesting.
So, let's say before noon tomorrow, we meet up out front of here. Or at the graveyard, if that works.
I think the graveyard would be a good place.
Sounds good to me.
Seems a bit conspicuous, but fair enough.
I've been visiting the graveyard every day. It's not conspicuous for me.
Right, fair enough.
My partner has a stone there.
Ah,
Sorry for your loss, by the way.
yes.
Good nod. On the line of duty, right?
Unfortunately.
All right. Well, it seems we have an understanding then. Good.
Well, cheers. Kiss your hand again, Tolsha, and just like rub the back of it. And big fella, he'll pat you on the arm.
Yes. Thank you for your lovely performance. As I whisper over to Tolsha, I forgot. Did someone tell us there's a shop hidden in here?
Oh, right. Before we forget, we were told by the shopkeeper down at the magic store that there might be some things we were looking for as well.
It's kind of invites only, and I can't invite you. I can talk to
Right.
somebody to invite you after tomorrow, though, but I need to wait, okay?
That sounds perfectly all right.
Fair. All right. Well, then, to new friends, great drinks, and long nights. And half the crowd just like gives the same salute with their drinks in the air.
Indeed.
Now, Lily, there's a few people who look like they recognize Thieves Camp, but they're not engaging with it, like deliberately. Natalie and John, let's jump over to you now.
By the way, after losing enough times, Lily does finally join at the bar. Probably as he's doing the toast. It's like, all right, what'd I miss? So like, she's mad. She didn't win any games, I assume.
Mm-hmm. So, Natalie, you've been walking with this urchin for a while now, and he keeps talking to you about all the intricate dramas between all of the numerous different small urchin gangs that are here inside of the city. It is a magnificently large city, so there's a lot of gangs, but like even at that, it's hard to keep up with all of them. A lot of drama. As you are walking, yeah.
I never got your name. Also, that's wild. I always thought urchins together strong, urchins separate weak.
We're not apes.
Why would you be apes?
That's the saying, apes together strong.
What?
I don't know, the fucking world where apes are everywhere. I don't know. I hear
Who
shit
taught
and
you
I
to
repeat
read?
it.
Who taught you to read, Jerry?
I can't read.
I know. Why would you know? Okay, never mind. Let's just keep going.
All right.
I'm gonna call you Jerry.
My name's Dustin.
Jerry. Okay, let's go, Dustin. Thank you. Sorry.
You walk with him for a short period of time. You get over towards this bakery, and underneath the back little lip of a floor that the bakery has, there's this tiny little opening that he crawls over and like army crawls underneath to get underneath the bakery. Then he pops his heads up. Come on down. Don't worry, there's no floating.
Oh, okay, great. I guess I'm just gonna start crawling under this bakery.
You crawl underneath there, and
JJ can make it.
he helps you down in here. It's a very small place. You're still young enough. I'm giving you the go-ahead to fit, no problem, but you have to be slender or small to fit here.
She's 17.
Yeah, slender or small. As you're down in there, he turns up a lantern just enough, a hooded lantern to like stop the glow from protruding too far around. As he looks around, he heads over where you see that there is a nice little sewer grate that already has a what do you call it? A sewer lever right next to it that he takes, puts in there, pries it open, and then starts climbing down.
Crowbar.
Crowbar, thank you. A
Oh,
sewer lever. Holy fuck.
Hey, we knew what you were talking about.
Clover's gonna say a little loudly, I never expect you guys to be in the sewers. Here, and then I guess she's going down.
Shh.
Sorry.
You crawl down there for a short time, and as you get all the way to the bottom, John, you are able to follow into that area if you desire.
I honestly would not know. Once they're going through compartments at the bakery, that's where I would just kind of have to post up and wait.
Okay. So you travel for a short bit. Notably, these sewers are damp, but they don't smell like there's any refuge that goes through them or anything like that. You travel through, and you see that there's a wooden door thatched together that he comes over to and then quickly starts knocking. And then the door opens up, and you see a young man staring at you and him. Little bit of a beginning of peach fuzz growing on his blonde-haired face as he looks between the two of you. Bright glowing lantern behind his head, and a bookshelf with a whole bunch of books placed on it as well. Hey, Dustin. Who's this? This is Natalie.
All my friends call me Clover. Nice to meet you. You must be Billy.
I'm Billy. He reaches out, shakes your hand.
Fortune's favored.
Yeah, I hope I do get fortune. Yeah. So what are you? Oh, she's interested in joining us. She's new here from the Empire. And yeah, she seems cool enough. Has a couple of other people working with her. One guy, he looks a little older like you, but like he's not bad. He gave me a fake coin, asshole.
Look at it now. It's real.
He'll reach into his pocket. It looks the same.
That's the magic.
Well, yeah. So she's here. He's here. Apparently, they have somebody else with them as well. I didn't quite catch all of that. But yeah, really, let's bring him in. The GGs could really use some more people. All right. Well, I have a few questions for you first to see if you're worthy of joining the GGs.
Go for it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I can hang.
Yeah. Okay. Who's the coolest pirate of all time?
Captain Nathan Gale.
Fuck off.
Wrong. It's One-Eyed Willie.
Willie, not what? I don't know. I've never even heard of that person.
So you're not really a pirate fan. Cool.
No. Well, I only know 2 pirates. My father told me
All
about.
right. You find a crate of bread. There's 12 of us in the hangout. How many pieces of bread do you bring down there?
The whole crate. To Billy, of course, because you're the one that distributes the bread, not me. That was a trick question.
He looks over at Dustin, looks at you, nods. All right. Third question. You witness a murder in the street. What do?
Tell you.
Wrong.
But report it to the guards.
No.
That doesn't
You
seem
wait for
right.
the murderer to leave, then you go through the pockets. This is very basic stuff.
But what if the guards show up? I'm going through the pockets.
Then you get away faster than the guards can get you.
I'm not very fast.
Well, that's not a good start.
No.
He looks over at Dustin, who shrugs. All right, last opportunity. For all the marbles. You're given a patrol of Northeast. While patrolling, you find somebody else stepping foot in that turf. They ain't a GG. They warn you, it's their turf now. Get out. What do?
Push them out of our turf. Tell them otherwise and push them out. Then probably report it. Or bring it up when there's a moot. Do you guys have moots? I don't know.
I mean, we don't... What's a moot? What?
It just means like a gathering of gangs.
What?
You guys don't have that? God, this place is so different.
Why would we gather with them? They're our enemies.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you have a common enemy. Like what if somebody was hiring you guys to work against each other or holding you down by giving you basically nothing to do jobs?
All right. Let me conspire with Dustin. The two of them walk over to the other side of the room and start whispering to one another. At one point, you do audibly hear one of them say whisper.
Do I see anything magical in the room?
Looking around here, Billy has a dagger on his side that's magical. Abjuration magic. There is something hidden in one of the books as well that's magical. It looks spherical in nature.
I'm going to subtle sell mage hand to pick up the book and just have it start Hopefully they're not paying attention. Are they paying attention
Well,
to me or anything
I
like
I mean,
that?
they periodically look back. Roll a sleight of hand check to see if you can bring it to you without them noticing.
Gotcha. Okay. 17. Hopefully that's over their passive.
Yeah, that beats their passive. Yeah, that definitely beats their passive. They are, in fact, urchins. As they are whispering to one another, he comes back out. All right. I've been convinced. Apparently, Dustin thinks you're pretty cool. Or he thinks JJ is cool, but I haven't met JJ.
Oh, he's super cool.
Yeah. Well, you and JJ and whoever else you have with you has to do something for us.
Name it.
All right. We've been having difficulty getting into one of the more prestigious brothels in town. I think it's a brothel, right? It's a brothel? Yeah, I think it's a brothel. Okay, yeah. So, since JJ looks older, he has to sneak in there and find out what some of those Selezos are doing when they're in there. We need dirt on them. You get me information, especially about Lanky and Skinny Beard.
And you'd get us a job.
We can hook you up with some good work.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, we can do that real quick.
All right. He spits in his hand and holds his hand out to you.
Is that the handshake?
Of course.
All right. I guess I'm spitting my hand.
So you shake on it, and then Dustin looks very excited. Awesome. We got more people joining us. We're gonna be able to kick their asses when we brawl. Yeah, slow down there. All right. You're dismissed.
Oh, okay, perfect. I guess I'm leaving. Find JJ.
Yep. As you turn around, holding the book in your hands, just walking out of there casually. So, you crawl out. You look around the alley in the area. You do see... Actually, you wouldn't know what disguise he's in, and he did a really good disguise, so...
I guess I'm gonna
As soon as she comes out, I just approach her.
I'm gonna pull out the book and nab this. They want us to do a job for them, and then they'll give us a job from their actual employer. It's literally just go in and look at the Lezos in a brothel. I don't think I'll be able to get in, but you'll probably get in pretty easily.
I mean, I could make up that information on the spot if they need it, but obviously we gotta let some time pass. All right.
Nab this, add something magical in it. I'm gonna open up the book.
Okay. You open up the book, and John, you would instantly notice that as... Huh?
Okay. Yep.
No, because it's utilized within the Volstrecker program, so commonly it's a sending stone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, great.
Identify the stone. You saw John reaching towards the book as you were opening it, and then he relaxes once you do.
It was like divination or something. I didn't think it was evocation. I think it was gonna explode.
I think that might be. Well, that could be one of the ways they're communicating with them.
Well, it looks like you got it now. I'm gonna hand it to him.
Tell me how my you called him Jerry?
Oh, his name's Dustin, but the other one's Billy.
Okay, well, tell me how my Dustin is. Hi guys, I'm only 10 years old.
Oh, that was spot on. You got this.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm impersonating Dustin at that point. And
All right.
yeah, I just go over a couple lines. Okay, got it. Cool. Well, this is probably going to be a means of cutting out these kids, probably keep them a bit safer too, other than losing this. We should get back to the group.
With divination on it, which seemed weird. I mean, abjuration on it.
Abjuration was on the dagger, yeah.
That seems like it's meant for killing wizards or something. Doesn't seem like a normal thing a kid would have.
I mean, might give them a fighting chance if they ever get to stand up for themselves.
Maybe. Oh well. Yeah, let's go find the rest of them. We don't really need to now that we have that thing.
So the two of you start tracking down your allies. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, casino.
Okay.
I do want to ask Natalie, though, in character, you don't normally steal from children, though, do you? I mean, this is...
No, but I've never seen books that just had magic coming off of them other than that one I grabbed at the asylum.
Right.
And usually when there's a book with magic coming off of it, something's definitely shouldn't be with kids.
Well, they're most likely going to get in a lot of trouble and be in danger, so just keep that in your thoughts. All right, let's go.
All right. The two of you wander over towards the casino inconspicuously, and around that time, your allies are getting done with what they were doing and exiting because it is getting very late. It's been a long day of all of you doing stuff, and the six of you meet up yet again out front of the casino. And I think this is where we're going to be calling the session. Thank you all very much for playing. Hope you all had a good time. Viewers, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it as well. And Ruka is giving an inspiration to somebody. Just tell me who it is. Hi, Ruka. Thank you. But we are ending the stream. See you around, everybody.